AVC Sports and 93 BNV present high school basketball. On your station for the best sports coverage, WBNV, Barnesville, Woodsfield. And now, let's go courtside for tonight's game.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the University of Dayton Arena High School Playoff Basketball. This is the Division VI State Championship game. Marion local Flyers taking on the Monroe Central Seminoles. I'm Bill Cassler. Joining me, Jeff Stevens. And Jeff, sets up to be a great game tonight, doesn't it?
Well, just the excitement that's around in all communities at this time of year. You're playing for a state championship is indescribable. And we're here at it's the courtside. A great place to be. It's a lot of enjoyment. I've been here for all the games here prior to this, and the atmosphere is just outstanding. And for both these teams to make it to this point, to play for a state championship is quite an accomplishment. First time ever for Monroe Central, this Marion local team. The school has been here 5 times previously, and the most recent was in 2018. So they've there, and of course, people as familiar with high school sports, Marion local and football. Their football program has won 64 straight games and won a total of 15 state championships over the years. So, they have athletes.
They have some great athletes. Looks like it's going to be a great basketball game. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be back with more from the University of Dayton Arena right after this.
At Citizens National Bank, they're more than just a bank. They're your community bank. With 4 convenient locations in Southeast Ohio, they offer a full suite of financial products and services, plus seamless digital banking, so you can bank with them wherever you go. Whether you're saving, investing, or managing your money, they're here to help you every step of the way. And they're proud to support Monroe Central Athletics. Visit or contact them today by calling 740-472-1696 and let Citizens National Bank help you take the next step in your financial journey. Go Noles!
Looking for a better way to bank? Ohio Valley Community Federal Credit Union has the right products and services for every household and every budget. From checking and savings to mortgages and consumer loans, we make banking easy. Open a membership or apply for a loan online at ohiovalleycu.org or visit one of our 5 convenient branch locations. We're your hometown financial institution, putting you first. Ohio Valley Community Federal Credit Union. Our interest is you. And as always, go Noles.
Member NCUA.
Well, Bob, first I want to thank my sponsors. The car was running great and we were able to maneuver through a lot of action out there. Big win, Bob. Big win.
Some might say that bump in number 2 was Bush League.
Hey, if that powder puff wants to say something, have him drag his dusty out of the pits and come see me in Victory Row.
Dad, you knocked me into the tires.
If you ain't rubbing, you ain't racing, rookie.
Mommy does this every time. Get in the minivan, Earnhardt.
Oh, yes, dear.
Bear Track Speedway, Harper Road in Woodsfield. Go-karting for all ages. Bear Track Speedway for real racers. And their parents, too.
The minivan now.
You're listening to high school basketball on 93 BNV, WBNV, Barnesville, Woodsfield.
Welcome back. We're at the University of Dayton Arena getting ready here for the opening tip between Marion local and Monroe Central for the state championship. Jeff, I talked to both coaches. They both said the same thing in their keys. It was short and simple. This game is going to be about defense and rebounding.
Well, I think, and that comes down to the basics on almost any basketball game to a point, but especially at this level. I really anticipate this being a very low possession game and probably not a lot of scoring. Both these teams give up about 40 points a game during the year and have been able to maintain that during the postseason, with their wins. And now Monroe Central scores a little bit more offensively. They average about 67 points a game, where Marion local only about 55. The Flyers will try to control the tempo and keep it down. I think Monroe Central might want to try to, if they get a chance to get out and run, but they've shown during the tournaments that they can set things up. Obviously they're 2 big scorers in Tucker Howe and Chance Allen will be a key. But in a game like this, you need that 3rd or 4th guy to step up there. But if you're playing good, solid defense, you can keep yourself in the game and give yourself a really good chance to win this game.
We're talking about Marion local real quickly here. Boy, their 6'8 center, Austin Niekamp, he's a do-everything guy for him. 6'8", he's big, he rebounds, and he can shoot 3-pointers, Jeff. He does it all. He's an outstanding player. Not super quick, but boy, he's great fundamentally.
Well, and not a real physical player, but 6'8" is still 6'8". And especially defensively and in the lane, he can create some problems for the Seminoles as they try to get to the hoop, which Allen and Howe are going to try to do. Niekamp averages about 18 points a game and 8 rebounds. So he's a very solid player. He's going to go to Malone College to play basketball, and he's a player. And like I said, he's 6'8", so he's going to control the boards. And boy, it'd be great to get a couple offensive rebounds and maybe get a couple of fouls on him from the Monroe Central standpoint.
Well, their other scorer is Grant Kramer. He's a 5'11" guard. He shoots threes a lot. Good scorer, good player, solid. But I saw Colonel Crawford do a great job on him defensively. But boy, it wasn't enough. And Austin Niekamp just carried the Flyers.
Yeah, for the most part, Kramer is a really good three-point shooter. I watched a game early in the year where he nailed 3 threes early on, and he was well guarded and he hit those. He averages about 11.5 points a game. A couple of people really concerned me, or a couple of their other guards. Ryan Homan at 6'2", only scores about 6 points a game, and Cale Arns, a sophomore, only about 5.6 a game, and the point guard Mesher. They're going to play very physical defense against Monroe Central, and probably more physical. And as we've seen in the past, at this level, they tend to let the defensive pressure out front be very physical with very few foul calls.
All right, it's the Flyers, it's the Seminoles. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be back with more from the University of Dayton and the state championship right after this.
At West Banco of Woodsfield, we know that money doesn't make you wealthy. Understanding it does. That's why we offer expert financial assistance for personal banking, mortgages, business services, investments, and insurance, helping you make the most of your money. If you're looking for the right coverage, West Banco Insurance can tailor an affordable insurance package to fit your needs. We're also proud supporters of the Monroe Central Seminoles. Best of luck to all Seminole athletes. Stop by today. West Banco, member FDIC.
Modern Home and Hardware, the store you love to shop, is your one-stop destination in Woodsfield. They carry major appliances from Speed Queen, Whirlpool, and LG, still power equipment, and an outdoor section packed with guns, ammo, and a huge fishing selection. Refresh your home with Benjamin Moore paint, and check out their home decor and gifts department for beautiful, inspiring displays. Stay updated on Facebook. Visit modernhomeandhardware.com or call 740-472-5404. Modern Home and Hardware. Stop in today. From beautiful flowers and bouquets to baskets, wreaths, and so much more, Designs by Dixie creates stunning arrangements for any occasion. Whether it's for a wedding, prom, or just to brighten your day, they've got you covered. Designs by Dixie is also a proud supporter of Monroe Central Athletics. Visit them today and let them make your special day even more beautiful. Designs by Dixie, where your perfect day begins with the perfect flowers. You've chosen the perfect dress. Now let Designs by Dixie handle the rest. Good luck, Seminoles.
Welcome back. Well, Jeff, we are here. There are no more games after tomorrow. This is the highest level you can reach at, and the coach won't be able to say practice tomorrow because after this, it's all over but the shouting, isn't it?
And that's just everything that ultimately a team goal at the beginning of the season is to be playing basketball on the last day of the season. And that's what you have with these two teams here. You know, there's 2 more games, championship games here at Dayton, later today. But you're playing basketball on the last day of the season. Win or lose, that's it. And what great accomplishments! And obviously, there's going to be utter disappointment by the losing team and joy with the winning team. But both these teams have accomplished so much. And the Monroe Central team's been on a mission, probably ever since they lost in the district tournament last year. And they've been a very good team. And to put together a 25-3 record is quite good, and they're going to get contributions from 8 players and 5 seniors. So this has been something they've been shooting for all year.
Well, speaking of contributions, we've got quite a few sponsors to thank, and we're so happy to thank them because without them, we would not be here today. Jeff, long list. Go ahead, you start.
Well, thank you. True Value, Woodsfield, True Value, Surgeon Construction, Bomber Tire and Collision, Designs by Dixie, DD Lawn and Tree Service, Woodsfield Savings Bank, Sue Snode State Farm, Misty Durkis with Howard Hanna Real Estate, Country Clippins, and WB Green Insurance.
West Banco of Woodsfield, JG Cosmetique, Modern Home and Hardware, Caldwell Ready Mix, Bear Track Speedway, Allen Hunter State Farm, Center Drive-Thru, Ohio Hills Health Center, Bucky Disposal, Jones Excavating, and Village Hardware and Rental.
Along with Friday Insurance Center, Louisville Carryout, Citizens National Bank of Woodsfield, Smithburger Realty, Seaball Excavating, Stoney's RV Sales and Service, Patrons Buckeye Mutual Insurance, Ohio Valley Community Federal Credit Union, Jones Feed, and Guardian Excavating.
Without these sponsors, we could not be here today. Hey, we have an interview on tap with Coach Mason Lang. Let's listen in.
Monroe Central, and they have advanced to the Division VI state championship game. So first, Coach, congratulations on getting to the big game, and certainly a big accomplishment for your program.
Yeah, thank you very much. We're happy to be here. One more game to go. We just got to keep working.
Well, I just was doing a little checking, and you are 48-5 over the last two seasons. And what's probably the biggest key to your success?
I would say we've got really good players. I think we lock in defensively, and I think our defense and then the way we're patient offensively, having anyone be able to score multiple scoring threats, and really I think our biggest change from 3 years ago to now is our ability to rebound the basketball. We really focused on rebounding, and we're out rebounding our opponents right now by over 10 rebounds a game, and stuff like that's really helpful for us.
Well, that's very important. Those possession stats, being able to get offensive boards and win the game on the rebounding end, gives you extra possessions. That makes sense. That you're really focused on that. You're doing well with it.
Yeah, and I mean that's what we talk about. You don't shoot a high percentage, you better at least shoot more shots than your opponent.
Right.
Now we're averaging about 9 more shots per game because of our rebounding, because of limiting turnovers. So that's something we really look at. That's a stat we look at a lot, is shots per game, and how we can get more shots up from our opponent.
Well, I was also checking, and I don't think there's been a lot of talk about the switch to 7 divisions, and I really don't think switching to 7 divisions has helped you guys that much, because in the tournament you played Malvern and Highland back-to-back in consecutive games in the tournament, and I just thought that's really 2 great games for you to have to play, even to get beyond where those were in the terms of the tournament trail.
Yeah. I think the switch to 7, I mean, as far as our district went, our district was really strong.
Right.
Now maybe we'd have had some tougher competition in the region. I know South Webster, Menford, those 2 I don't know where we'd have fallen in D3 or D4, but I know both those teams would have been a handful for us in the region. But yeah, as far as our district was really loaded in Division 6 this year. But we kind of knew that. We knew that if we could get past Malvern and Highland, that we could make a good run.
Well, you did, and Highland's been one of those teams that's been the thorn in your side. They knocked you out of the tournament last year, so it had to be huge for your kids just to get past them.
Yeah, I mean, they've actually beat the senior class the 3 previous years.
Okay.
So I know it was a big game for our boys, and I'm just really proud of the way they played that game to get through it.
Well, I'm sure you've had a chance to take a look at Marion local, so what do you think is going to be the big key for your guys come Saturday afternoon?
Yeah, well, like we talked about with rebounding, I mean, they've got a lot of size. They're going to be a lot bigger than any team we've played this year. And we haven't lost the rebounding battle yet. So I would like to see if we can step up and we continue to win that rebounding battle. And, we're probably going to have to get out and score a little bit in transition too, because that length will give us fits in the half court.
Well, Coach, congratulations and the best of luck. And it's really great for us here at AVC. We've got 2 schools we're covering in the state finals, and certainly we're excited to be there Saturday afternoon at 2 o'clock. And hopefully you can bring it home to Woodsfield.
Oh, thank you very much. Yep, appreciate you guys.
Everyone's looking for an encouraging sign in today's economy. The fact is, you'll find one right here in Caldwell at State Farm Sue Snowd's office. Because State Farm agents like Sue have been here helping people protect the things that matter most. That's why more people trust State Farm, and they consider that a very good sign. See State Farm agent Sue Snowd at 400 East Street, Caldwell. Sue Snowd State Farm is a proud supporter of high school sports.
And we're back. University of Dayton watching the teams warm up now. We'll inform you that Marion local will be in the road blue with gold numerals, and Monroe Central will be in the home white with black numerals and red trim.
And how about the spiffy outfits that the coaching staff of Marion local? They're the blue suits, the ties, and on that. They stand out in the crowd. Very, very dapperly dressed.
Classy. Of course, Marion local comes in. They had a bad loss to Russia earlier this year, so they can be beaten, Jeff.
Yes, but of course, Russia is undefeated and playing in the Division 7 championship game here later today.
Tell you what, I'm looking around. The arena is filling up right now. A lot of excitement here, and it looks like the better part of Monroe County is probably right behind us.
Yeah, a huge crowd, and the hotel where I'm staying at last night had a large congregation here.
How about this?
And if people have not already seen on TV or in the newspapers and stuff, a Monroe Central student, Addie McGuire, is about to sing the national anthem, and we're going to try to pick that up here, when she begins. And see, the quality may not be great, it may not be well deserving of her, but Addie sang here last year at a semifinal game, and also at a regional tournament last year. Sings at most of the Monroe Central games, and it just worked out. She knew a month ago that she was going to be singing here today, and it worked out that Monroe Central is also here. But Monroe Central freshman Addie McGuire to sing the national anthem.
We ask that you please rise, remove your hats, as we honor America, those who served or are serving our country to support our freedom at home and abroad. The pledge of our national anthem being performed today by Admiral McBride from Monroe Central High School.
No further than Caldwell Ready Mix Concrete. From pre-mixed concrete to high-strength and decorative options, they've got you covered. Need sand or gravel? They've got that too. With over 55 years of experience, their family-owned business offers competitive prices and free estimates for all your construction needs. Contact Caldwell Ready Mix Concrete today for quality materials that stand the test of time. Trust the experts for your next project.
We are back. How about that national anthem? That was something, wasn't it?
Well, I'll tell you, I've heard Addie sing that dozens of times at Monroe Central games over the last couple of years, and that's the 5th game I've heard the national anthem at so far in this state tournament, and she's number 1.
Well, you want to know something? Getting ready now to introduce the lineups. First, they're going to start off with Marion local.
And they'll introduce lots of people here. They'll introduce all the cheerleaders, the substitutes, and the starters. So we're still, a little bit of time away from the actual tip-off here. Might want to mention, again, Monroe Central's starting group there that's been, with, most of the year. Cooper Howell, 6-foot sophomore, averaging 9 points and 6.5 rebounds a game. One forward would be Chance Allen, a 6'4 senior, averaging 14.8 points and 4.4 rebounds. A guard is Caden Silva, 5'9 junior, averaging 7.5 points and 2 rebounds. Corbin Farnsworth, a 6'2 sophomore, 6.3 points and 3.1 rebounds, along with Tucker Howe, 6'2 senior, 15.7 points and 9.1 rebounds. also leads the team in assists.
Well, talked with Coach Lang, no change in the starting lineup. Talked a little bit about matchups and talked about the matchup with the 6'8 Austin Niekamp. Look for early on Corbin Farnsworth, the 6'2 sophomore, will take a shot at Austin Niekamp. That could change, Coach said. He also said that the point guard, Braden Mesher, will be guarded by Chance Allen, number 5. So that should be an interesting matchup. These two teams, as I said, Jeff, best two defensive teams I've seen this year. I think Monroe Central is the best team, but boy, this is a tough matchup tonight against this Marion local team.
Well, fans love offense. They love to see points on the board, but how many times have you heard it said, defense wins championships? So that will be whoever comes out of here today with the win. I think it'll be because of their half-court defense. Neither team has really showed a lot of full-court pressure. They're going to rely on just half-court defense. And as you mentioned, a couple of those matchups, and there's also some people there that they can make some changes. If Marion Local takes Niekamp down at 6'8 and posts him up against Farnsworth, that may force either Howe or Allen to make the change defensively. So we saw Chance Allen do a nice job last week on the point guard from Kirtland. And because of his 6'4" size and his length and his reach, was able to be very, very effective. So we'll see how it match up. But obviously, you have to avoid foul trouble on that.
That is the one thing that can impact this game. Also, three-point shooting. Your shooting will impact this basketball game. If either one of these teams goes on a little run with three-point shooting, it could make the difference. You and I talked before the game. We're both looking for this game to be in the 50s for both teams.
I would think at most on that now. I can't see Marion Local wanting to play a game up in the 60s or 70s. If you look at their totals for the year, they've given up 40 points a game. They have not given up more than 55 in any game all year.
Well, Coach Gottemuller, and I hope I'm saying that right. I talked to him before the game. He was very impressed with Monroe Central. He really liked Chance Allen. He really liked Tucker Howe. He liked the entire basketball team. Again, he echoed what we were talking about, outstanding defense, and he realizes his team is going to have to crash the boards. They can't give Monroe Central second opportunities, and they can't let Monroe Central get out in transition, like you said.
Well, and I think also at this point in time, neither team or neither head coach has seen the other team play in person because of the way the regional schedule was, the state semifinals. But almost every game's available out there somewhere on the internet through YouTube and a couple other sources. So I would say both these coaches have seen almost every game on film that the other team has played. So they know each other well.
They're hardworking coaches. Of course, Coach Gottemuller has been here before. Coach Mason Lang, this is his first trip into the Final Four, so done an outstanding job this year. And you talk about trying to make up for last year losing the district final. Mission accomplished, I'd say.
I think without question, this team has known what they've needed to do, and we've been treated to some very nice ball games and following them through the two regional games and the state semifinal games. We've enjoyed it a lot, and the massive crowds that have followed Monroe Central here. And I said a huge number of people last night at the hotel where I'm staying at. Had a very enjoyable time last night, and then this morning at breakfast talking to some of those fans. And Marion Local also a very large following. OHSAA expects this to be the largest crowd of the 7 championship games.
And I think that they may be right. Actually watched the tail end of the Lutheran East Columbus Academy game. Not near as this gymnasium was packed.
Now both of those schools probably didn't have 150 students among their student sections. So
private schools.
Yeah, much better crowds here, and that's where your small schools from the little rural communities follow greatly on that. That's the way it happens a lot. They'll have bigger crowds than what your Division I schools will have, just because of how the communities bond together and follow their teams at this time of year.
Hey, you had something I thought was kind of interesting. The last time a school from Monroe County was in the Final Four, and you happen to have a copy of the program for that day. It was the Skyview Golden Hawks, now part of Monroe Central.
Yes.
And you have the roster. Why don't you read some of those names off? They'll bring back some memories.
Well, 1984 and 1985, both Skyview played. They lost in the semifinals in 1984. They lost in the finals in 1985. They also lost in the regional finals in 1986. But in the state finals of 1985, their roster was senior Mitch Hannes, junior Donnie Bartonslaw, junior Brian Lazier, junior Vince Hogue, senior Bill Winland, junior Todd Hilverding, senior Scott Christie, senior Aaron Kilburn, junior Mike Hannes, senior Virgil Hamilton, sophomore Frank Annell, and sophomore Kevin Robertson. Head coach Mark Huffman, who was in attendance last week at Otterbein, and also assistant coaches Joe Christich, Dale Eddy, athletic director Art Hare, and principal Larry Reich. 1985 Skyview.
Well, been a long time since we've heard some of those names, and now these young men get to put their name down alongside those Skyview Golden Hawks. Hopefully they'll stand alone as the first state champion from Monroe County.
Yeah, maybe 40 years from now, somebody will be reading the name off of these Seminoles.
Ball's up. Tip is controlled by the 6'8 Niekamp. Here we go. We're underway. That's Mesher with the basketball, the point guard. Chance Allen is on him. Flyers with the basketball. Aarons double dribbles, and that's going to force a turnover right away. Seminoles with the ball.
Yeah, the dribbler just lost possession there and double dribbled. Yeah, just very, very rare that you see that mistake, but it happened.
Farnsworth with the basketball in the corner. That's Cooper Howe. Tucker Howe now on the wing. Cooper Howe in the corner. Howe driving. Top of the key now, Chance Allen.
And Niekamp is guarding Chance Allen.
Outside, Cooper Howe. Shots up and good. 3 for Cooper Howe. That's a great start, Jeff. Here comes Mesher right up the lane. Throws a bad pass out of bounds. Seminole ball. I will tell you right now, I think that 2/3 of this arena is filled with Monroe County fans.
It'd be interesting to get the attendance call later today on this, but just an outstanding crowd.
Chance Allen with the basketball. Works at top of the key. Silva. Cooper Howe now. Tucker Howe drives down the lane, and they collapse. They do that very well, does Marion Local. Farnsworth with the ball in the corner. Cutting! That's Tucker Howe!
Seminoles 2 for 2 from the floor. Marion Local, 2 possessions, 2 turnovers.
5-0 now. Here's Mesher with the basketball. Mesher down the lane, looking for some help. He's in trouble. 3 seconds in the lane. No call yet. Outside, that's Niekamp. Niekamp's got the basketball. He hands it back to Mesher. Mesher on him is Farnsworth. Works it back in the corner. There's a save. Great play by Tucker Howe. Here comes Cooper Howe down the lane. Cooper slows things up. Back to Tucker Howe. Out near midcourt now. Seminoles into their half-court set. Farnsworth takes a look at it. Now drives. Top of the key. Back outside. Tucker Howe for 3. Off the rim. No good. Coming down with it. Rebound. That's number 11, Ryan Homan. Homan brings the ball up the floor for the Flyers. 5-0 Monroe Central. Homan, top of the key. Mesher on the wing now. Mesher outside again. Aarons. Kramer now. He's a shooter. Silva's drawn that assignment. Homan. Cooper Howe working on Homan. Top of the key. Howe works it back to Mesher. Defense here comes down the lane. Comes Mesher in the corner. Aaron shots up. That's going to be short. Here comes Chance Allen. Seminoles on the break. Seminoles down the middle of the floor. Up and in. That is Farnsworth. 7-0 Monroe Central. Mesher with the basketball. Chance Allen's on him. Back outside. Niekamp knocked out of Homan's hands. That's going to be possession to Marion Local right in front of us.
And no touches within the offensive scheme of things for Niekamp, the 6'8 senior for the Marion Local.
He got an early one out here, but just gave it right up. Inside Homan. Cutter.
Nice cut.
That's Kramer. Easy 2, and the first points of the game for the Flyers.
And Marion Local needed that hoop badly after turning it over their first 3 possessions.
Allen with the basketball. Allen at the elbow. Kicks it back outside. Farnsworth now top of the key. Cooper Howe. Long shot by Cooper Howe off the rim. No good. Chasing it down is Farnsworth. Silva, that's stolen by Kramer. Kramer up the floor for the Flyers. That's going to be a personal on Cooper Howell. That was a good foul, though, Jeff.
Yeah, just the first Seminole turnover there created a transition opportunity for Marion Local. Is going right to the hoop, and there's going to be 2 foul shots now for Grant Kramer.
Kramer's a good one.
Yeah, excellent three-point shooter, very nice guard.
Off the back of the rim, no good. Still 7-2, Seminoles with the lead. 4:43 left in the first. Second shot by Kramer, ball's up, that's good. 7-3. Tucker Howe with the basketball now. Picking up half-court man, Marion Local. Boy, these teams are a mirror of each other defensively. Silva, Farnsworth now on the wing. Back outside, Chance Allen. Allen looks things over. Top of the key now. Silva down low now. Tucker Howe. And that ball stripped by Aarons, and here come the Flyers. Mesher up the floor in the corner. Homan drives. He's cut off in the lane, loses the handle. Picks it up, shoots, and can't get it to go. Rebound, Tucker Howe. Good defense on the interior by the Seminoles. Howe in the corner. Silva. Silva, top of the key. Works it back out. Farnsworth for 3. Yes! (10-3). Knowles with the lead. 3:54 left in the first. Here comes Mesher. Mesher outside. Homan's got it. Oh, excuse me. That's Aarons. Bad pass. Tipped away by Silva. Rolls out of bounds. It will be Flyer basketball. That could have been a big error right there, Jeff.
And we have our first immediate timeout.
With that, we're going to take a break. 3:44 left in the first. The score, Monroe Central 10, Marion Local 3. Back with more after this.
Looking for reliable insurance that fits your life? Look no further than Allen Hunter State Farm in Cambridge, Ohio. From auto to home to life insurance, we offer a range of options tailored to your needs. With our friendly, knowledgeable team, you'll get the protection and peace of mind you deserve. We're dedicated to being there for you, just like a good neighbor should. Call Allen Hunter State Farm today and discover how we can help you safeguard your future. Call 740-439-5385. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Surgeon Construction is leading the way in commercial and industrial construction. This is Jason Emsch, and we are committed to providing an exceptional construction experience from pre-construction through project completion. Our success is measured by exceeding our clients' expectations. See our past and previous projects at Cambridge YMCA and New Educational Center at Jurassic Park and FMJ Shooting Range, just to name a few. Find us online at surgeon.construction and like us on Facebook.
Surgeon Construction. We'll take it from here.
Big changes are coming, but the service you love is here to stay. Woodsfield True Value is soon to be Kemp's Ace Hardware. Same people, same place, same great service. Located in the heart of Woodsfield, we're your go-to hardware store for all of your home improvement needs. And as always, we're proud supporters of the Monroe Central Seminoles. Stop by today and see why Woodsfield True Value, soon to be Kemp's Ace Hardware, is the name you can trust. Let's go Seminoles.
You're listening to high school basketball on 93 BNV, WBNV, Barnesville, Woodsfield.
We're back. Monroe Central's got a 10-3 lead. Off to a good start here, Jeff. A couple three-pointers are playing excellent defense, and right now the Seminoles are in control, but boy, you know Marion Local's going to have a run.
4 for 6 from the floor for Monroe Central, including a couple three-pointers. Marion Local just 1 of 3. They have 3 turnovers. The Seminoles have 2. Also wanted to mention the officials in the game today, because sometimes it seems like the officials are at the middle of everything. Travis Burwell of Pataskala, Mike Burwell of Granville, and Greg Mock of Columbus are the 3 officials for the game today.
Well, let's hope they don't have much to do. Usually the less heard from the officials, the better. They tend to let them play in these state finals, so I'm expecting a lot of physical play here.
Yeah, we're still in the media timeout, which is a lengthy timeout, and I've seen it in the previous games. After the timeout, the players are up and ready to come back on the floor, and the officials are putting them back to the bench because they have to wait for the signal from Spectrum, who has the exclusive television rights for this game. And mentioning that also, the Monroe Theater in Woodsfield has been able to show these games. They're at the theater and has had tremendous crowds. And for that, for people who are not able to make these long trips to Columbus and to Dayton. And so just, hats off to those people for doing that, free of charge, and they're accepting donations, so they're making money.
Tell your friends, tell your neighbors, if you want to hear the game, you can listen to it on our website, yourradioplace.com. WBNV right now, just click on that. You'll hear Jeff and I loud and clear. If you've got somebody out of state who wants to tune this in, that's a way to do it.
I can add on that more in a moment, maybe, Bill, when we get the chance.
Here's Mesher with the basketball in the corner for the Flyers. Mesher, ball's tipped away. Chance Allen, Aarons grabs it. Inside, Niekamp has it. Niekamp up and can't get it to go. Rebound fought for. Coming down with it, Marion local. Aarons has it. There's a whistle. Let's see what the call is. That's going to be on Tucker Howe.
You mentioned listening to these games anywhere in the country. I know in the past we've had the viewers on our YouTube page and listeners in Germany and in Spain.
Long shot by Kramer, that's good.
And it was a 3.
He's got all 6 points for the Flyers. Chance Allen now down the floor with the basketball. Allen way out top. Boy, I'll tell you one thing this does, it keeps Niekamp out of the lane. Tucker, that's Cooper Howe with the ball. Cooper Howe, top of the key. Chance Allen on the wing now. Back near midcourt. Allen. Working on, now gets it over to Cooper Howe. In the corner. Tucker Howe. Tucker takes a look. Back outside driving. That's Cooper Howe up and in. Cooper Howe, super drive. 5 for him on the game. Here comes Mesher for the Flyers. Mesher right down the middle of the floor. Allen's on him. Kicks it back outside. That is number 4, Daniel Everman, checked into the game now for the Flyers. Mesher to Everman. Everman working it now at the elbow. Aaron's pass into Niekamp is tipped away. Here come the Noles. Tucker Howe. Tucker on the wing. Chance Allen. Allen drives, shoots, and let's see. That's going to be on Aaron's, I think.
Yes.
That's going to be Aaron's first foul, I believe.
First opportunity really for Chance Allen to get toward the hoop. He is credited with 2 assists in the early going, but this will be his first opportunity to score as he'll get 2 free throws.
Well, I think with Niekamp on him, I think they're keeping him outside to keep Niekamp from under the glass. All right, first shot is up, and that's good. 13-6, Seminoles with the lead. 2:04 left here in the first quarter. Second shot for Allen. Ball's up. Got them both. Inbounds. A little bit of full court pressure here by the Noles, but I think it's just token. Mesher with the basketball.
They will try to make the Flyers work a little bit to get down the floor.
Grant Mesher works it back across. Now they're back. Everman's got the basketball on the wing. Long shot by Niekamp off the rim. No good. Rebound coming down with it. That's Cooper Howe. Cooper Howe up the floor. Tipped away by Mesher. Mesher's got the basketball. Here's a steal. Seminoles get back in transition. Mesher drives down to the baseline. Cut off. Stolen by Cooper Howe. Mesher wasn't looking. Howe came from the blind side and picked his pocket.
5th Marion local turnover.
Cooper Howe works it off. Tucker Howe for 3. In and out. Niekamp with the rebound. Some pressure here by the Noles. They get it now to Kramer. He brings it up the floor. Kramer right down the middle of the lane. Ball's up. Can't get it to go. Rebound Cooper Howe. 14-6. 1:07 left in the first here. Cooper Howe over to Tucker Howe on the right wing. Center court now. Top of the key. Now Allen's got it top of the key. Allen working on his man Mesher. Pull away, a fadeaway jump shot. Can't get it to go. Niekamp comes down with it. Gets it over to Mesher. Here come the Flyers. Up the floor quickly. That's too long. Looking for Ryan Homan. Homan wasn't expecting it. And that pass, I don't know if Niekamp could have gotten that one.
Good. We're going to get another Flyer sub into the game. Looks like
Aaron's coming back in.
And also number 22 into the game there, Brennan Hess.
Yes, he's big. He's 6'4".
And the couple of games I watched, I did not see him play in those games.
He is the backup to Niekamp, a young guy. Does a nice job. I've seen him play a couple times.
Yeah, just a freshman.
There's the future. All right, Knowles with the basketball now.
Jacob Vogel into the game for this last possession of the first quarter.
And with the ball now out on the right wing, Chance Allen. Allen. 20 seconds. Allen in the corner. Taking a look at it is Silva. Tucker Howe. Back now across. That's Vogel. Allen. 9, 8, 7. Tucker Howe. Back across. Long shot for no. Rebound fought for. That's going to do it. The end of the first quarter of play. A good one for Monroe Central. The score after 1. It's Monroe Central 14, Marion Local 6. We'll take a break. Back with more right after this.
Did you say lumber? Village Hardware and Rental has it covered. Village Hardware and Rental carries both bright and treated lumber, OSB, plywood, deck boards, and posts, all in their indoor lumber yard, plus railroad ties. Whether you're crafting, finishing a basement, or building a retaining wall, stop by Village Hardware for your lumber projects and their large selection of wire and electrical supplies. Let Village Hardware help you save time and money while providing you with all of your lumber and electrical needs. And good luck to Monroe Central. Go Seminoles!
Contact Bombers Tire and Collision in Bellsville today for all of your automotive service needs. We offer tire rotation, mount and balance, oil changes, mechanical repairs, and so much more. From bumper to bumper, we've got you covered. Specializing in classic car restoration, we provide free estimates and accept all insurances. Visit us at 52493 Broad Street or call 740-926-5060. We're open Monday through Friday 8 to 5. Be sure to call Bombers Tire and Collision today. We'll get you back on the road. Go Knowles!
DD Lawn and Tree Services is the place to go for expert tree care and landscaping. They specialize in tree removal, tree trimming, stump grinding, land clearing, and landscaping, keeping your property safe and looking its best. Proudly serving Monroe, Belmont, and all surrounding counties, they're your trusted local professionals for all your outdoor needs. They're also proud supporters of area sports and Seminole athletics. For reliable service you can count on, call DD Lawn and Tree Services today at 740-213-1264.
Welcome back, University of Dayton. WBNV High School basketball. Monroe Central with a 14-6 lead on the Marion Local Flyers. Jeff, off to a good start. This is going to go 32 minutes, though.
Good start. Monroe Central 5 of 10 from the floor, 2 of 5 shooting three-pointers, 2 of 2 at the free throw line. Seminoles with, looking at the stat sheet here, 4 assists and 3 turnovers. Marion Local just 2 of 7 from the floor, 1 of 3 from 3 points, 1 of 2 from the free throw line. They had 4 rebounds, 6 turnovers for the Flyers, and 2 assists. All 6 points by Marion Local by Grant Kramer. And for the Seminoles, 5 for Cooper Howe, 2 for Chance Allen, 2 for Tucker Howe, and 5 for Corbin Farnsworth.
Well, it's a good start, but let's see what Coach Guttemuller has adjustment-wise. I'm so proud of the fact that I went to the coach and got some lessons. He laughed. Kurt Guttemuller is his name. That's how it's pronounced. He's done an outstanding job. I think this is his second trip to the Final Four.
Yeah, he's been here. This is his, I'm looking at the sheet here, 14th year at the schools. So he would have been here for the 2018 state championship of Marion Local.
Knowles with the basketball. We're underway here in the second, 14-6 Monroe Central. Cooper Howe, top of the key. Howe, Chance Allen, inside. Farnsworth kicks it back outside on the wing. Tucker Howe. Here's Silva. Silva pulls it back outside, top of the key, works it in the corner. Farnsworth down the baseline, finds Cooper Howe. That's a nice save by Howe to keep the ball in bounds. Chance Allen for 3, off the rim, no good. Coming down with it is Niekamp. Here come the Flyers. Mesher with the basketball, works it across. Kramer down the middle of the lane, spinning. Cut off and kicks it back outside. That's Homan, Aarons, down low, Niekamp. Working on Farnsworth. Niekamp can't find a shot, gets the ball up and can't get it to go. Rebound tipped away. Tucker Howe's got it. Howe, top of the key, works it back now. Cooper Howe traveling on Cooper.
In that previous possession right here in front of us, really nice job by Corbin Farnsworth against the 6'8 kid, held in position and forced a tough shot and a miss. That turnover now, it's going to be 4 turnovers on the Seminoles here in the early going as we start the second quarter.
Mesher to Kramer. Kramer, top of the key now to Mesher. Down inside, Niekamp up and in.
Nice pass inside.
First 2 of the game for Austin Niekamp. 14-8 is the score. Here come the Noles. Tucker Howe, Farnsworth for 3, yes! That's his second 3 of the game. That's big, 17-8. 9-point lead for the Noles. Here comes a Mesher. Niekamp for 3. And in and out. Rebound fought for and flying over my head. They're going to give the ball to Marion Local.
It's a good thing that went in between us, Bill.
Yeah.
I'm glad you two guys have good reflexes.
Inbounds by Mesher. Mesher. 5 seconds.
The Monroe Central crowd did not like the out-of-bounds call that gave the ball to Marion Local, but then if Marion Local obliges by turning it over on a 5-second violation.
Well, I don't know. I didn't see the out-of-bounds play, so I'm not going to make any comment on that. I was busy ducking.
I was going to say, you were under the table.
Yes, that's it. Chance Allen in the lane, back to Tucker Howe, up and can't get it to go. Rebound Niekamp. Down the floor comes a Mesher.
A lot of pressure in there on Howe on that shot.
Mesher at the elbow, kicks it back outside to Kramer. Silva's right on him. Mesher in the corner, long shot, Aarons can't get it to go. Rebound, Farnsworth. Here come the Seminoles up the floor. 17-8, 5:52 left in the second quarter. Chance Allen. Allen in the corner, Farnsworth. Farnsworth gets it back down to Chance Allen. Allen works out to the wing. Tucker Howe. That's Silva. Now across the baseline, Cooper Howe, and let's see, there's a foul. That's going to be holding on Kramer, I think. No, it's going to be on Homan.
A little body against Cooper Howe. He tried to drive baseline and was cut off there, but a little bit too much contact.
5:36 left here in the first half. 17-8 Noles.
Yeah, that's the first foul on Marion Local in this second quarter.
Here's Silva with the basketball for the Seminoles. Silva takes a look at it. Farnsworth now drives, loses the handle, kicks it back outside. Long shot by Silva, off the rim, no good. Rebound Kramer for the Flyers. Here comes Mesher, up the floor, Aarons. In and they're going to count that.
That's going to be a good basket. It's going to be a foul on Silva as he tried to put himself in position to draw a foul with a charge, but not able to get there. Good move there by Arns.
Is it Arns or Aarons?
One of the media that I watched them, they were pronouncing it as Arns. One of the.
We'll go with Arns. I'm from Pittsburgh. I've seen that before. It's Aarons. Shots up and can't get it to go. Rebound Seminoles. Tucker Howe across midcourt. Chance Allen. Allen in the corner. Silva looks, kicks it back in the corner. Farnsworth for 3. In and out, no good. Rebound. That is Everman. Everman up the floor for the Flyers. Arns driving is Mesher. Mesher in the lane. Ball's up. Ooh. Chance Allen knocks it out of bounds. No call, a lot of contact. I like the way the officials are calling it. They're letting them play.
He about took out the first row of the Monroe Central student body with that block.
Cheerleaders were diving for cover. Mesher with the ball into Everman. Everman. Arns. Back out now on the wing. That's Mesher. Mesher. Down the lane at the elbow. Kicks it back outside. Everman. Arns back out to Mesher. Mesher, top of the key. Inside. Arns. Arns working on Tucker Howe. Kicks it back. Everman. Everman up. Shot is no good. Rebound fought for. Coming down with it is Farnsworth. Good patience by, driving, shooting, scoring. That's Silva.
There's a fast break opportunity that we knew Monroe Central was going to try to get a few of today. That's really the first one today.
Beat him down the floor, and boy, that's hard to do.
Another turnover.
Farnsworth up the floor. That's Cooper Howe. Cooper Howe, top of the key. Works it back. Allen. Allen on the wing, Silva. Silva drives the elbow, gets a shot off. That's going to be on Niekamp, and he's upset.
He's going to get bailed out there, but, Silva, almost under the basket with nowhere to go and able to go up for his shot and going to draw a foul and get to the line. The Marion local people don't like that, but there will be 2 shots for Caden Silva, and we've got a media timeout.
Boy, I'll tell you what, Niekamp had better be careful. That was nearly a technical. 3:53 left in the second. The score, Monroe Central 19, Marion local 10. We'll take a break. Back with more right after this.
If you're looking to buy or sell a home, property, or land in Monroe County, call Misty Durkis, your hometown real estate agent, at 740-213-0244. With Howard Hanna Real Estate Services, Misty's here to guide you every step of the way, making your next move a slam dunk. Howard Hanna Real Estate Services is a proud sponsor of the Monroe Central Seminoles. For real estate done right, call Misty Durkis with Howard Hanna Real Estate Services.
Hungry? Thirsty? Need to fill up? Louisville Carryout has you covered. Located at 33276 State Route 78 in Louisville, we're your locally owned and operated stop for hot pizza and other food items, ice cold drinks, gas and diesel, all in one place. Proud sponsor of Monroe Central Athletics because we love supporting our community. Stop in today at Louisville Carryout. And as always, let's go Noles.
Hey, Center drive-through corner Route 78 and 147 can accommodate small or larger vehicles. Andrea is still selling all kinds of basic supplies you'd need like milk, bread, pop, cold adult beverages, as well as tobacco and lottery tickets. But now she's also stocking fresh baked goods, deli subs, lunch meats, and cheeses, as well as locally raised beef items. Stop in Monday through Thursday, 6:30 to 8, Friday, 6:30 to 9, and Saturdays, 9 to 9. Center drive-through corner Route 78 and 147, right between Caldwell and Sayersville.
At Country Clippins, we believe great hair should be easy to get, whether you're after a simple trim or a bold new style. We're here to make you look and feel your best. Stop by Monday, Tuesday, or Friday from 9 to 5, Wednesday from 9 to 8, or Saturday 9 to 1. Thursdays by appointment only. Call 740-472-5228 today and let Country Clippins give you that fresh, confident look. Country Clippins on South Main Street, Woodsfield. Small town charm, big time style. Go Noles!
We are back. 3:53 left in the first half. Seminoles with a 19-10 lead on Marion local. Boy, they look good so far. The shooting for Monroe Central has been outstanding so far, Jeff.
Yeah, really nice job. 44%, is all there, but they've hit 3-pointers. They have 3 3-pointers thus far, 2 by Corbin Farnsworth. Let's knock down the points. And the half-court defense has been very, very good. Marion local has 8 turnovers here in a quarter and a half, and most of them have been forced turnovers. The Seminoles have turned it over 4 times.
Silva's going to get a chance to add to that lead right now. Fouled in the act of shooting.
Yeah, the foul was so long ago, I about forgot where we were. Those long media timeouts that we have here at championship.
Foul was on Niekamp, too. Shots up, no good. Second shot by Caden Silva.
Maybe he had too long to rest during that long media timeout.
That's what I think, yeah. Hand fell asleep. Second shot right into the Marion local student body. Can't get it to go. Niekamp with the rebound. So Silva comes up empty from the free throw line. Everman with the basketball for the Flyers. Everman at the wing. The right wing, top of the key, Niekamp. Homan now. On the left wing, Homan.
Oh, pressured great there by
Homan
Cooper
drives
Howe.
in the lane, falls down. Ball's loose, picked up by Monroe Central.
That's great defensive pressure by Cooper Howe.
Cooper Howe works it back out to Silva. Silva off on the wing. Farnsworth looks at it, now brings it back out. Chance Allen's got it. Mesher's on him now. So they've changed up a little defensively. Allen, top of the key, looks things over. Over now on the left wing, Tucker Howe. Tucker Howe drives, kicks it off in the corner. Allen feeds Farnsworth in the lane, up and in.
That's a 3rd assist for Chance Allen, and 10 points now for Corbin Farnsworth.
Farnsworth 2 threes, too, for the big man. Everman. Tucker Howe. They work it down to Niekamp. Niekamp finds a cutting Everman. Back out to Niekamp. He'll shoot the 3. Off the rim, no good. Rebound comes out. Got a foul here. Let's see.
That's going to go on Monroe Central. It's going to be on Chance Allen. That'd be his first foul, I believe.
That's the team's third, I think. No, second.
Second in the quarter.
All right. Possession to Marion Local. Back outside, Arns. Getting it Homan now. Mesher now on the sideline. Mesher kicks it back out, top of the key, Homan. Now on the left wing, Arns down low to Niekamp. Farnsworth's right on him. Farnsworth kicks it back outside. That's Homan. Top of the key, Kramer. Back to Arns. Here's Mesher, traveling. Mesher's still trying to figure out what the call was.
Well, just lengthy possessions offensively by Marion Local because of the defense of Monroe Central, and it's resulting in a lot of Marion Local turnovers. They've now turned it over 10 times here, and we're still in the first half.
Tucker Howe with a basketball for the Seminoles. Now here comes Chance Allen driving. Ball is tipped out of bounds. It will be Seminole basketball. 21-10 is our score. 1:55 left in the second. Tucker Howe with the inbounds. Howe. Top of the key, Chance Allen. Now Farnsworth works it down low. Tucker Howe, ball's knocked out of bounds. That's going to be on Arns, I think.
Yeah, the help side was a little bit late getting there and went over top of Howe's back to knock the ball out of bounds.
It's on Homan, excuse me.
It is just a third team foul on Marion Local, so Monroe Central will have to inbound under their own basket.
Second on Homan.
And that could be key to watch.
Here's Silva. Down low. Ooh, Allen loses the handle, tips it back out to Allen. That's Silva in the corner now. Farnsworth, boy. Corbin Farnsworth is having a night scoring. 23-10. Here come the Flyers. Mesher with the basketball. Mesher looking for some help. They lob it down in low. Niekamp up and in.
That's tough to stop.
Well, he fronted him that time a little bit, and you can do that, but it was a great inlet pass by Mesher.
And it's easy when you're lobbing to a 6'8 guy inside, too.
It is.
It's a good play by the Flyers.
Silva. Oh, here's a steal. Arns with the steal. Flyers with the basketball. They need some points. Here comes Mesher. Mesher's cut off. Works it down. Farnsworth picks him up outside. Niekamp for 3. Bingo! Niekamp is starting to heat up. Here come the Flyers, 23-15. Howe with the basketball. Tucker Howe, top of the key. Farnsworth, top of the key. Silva now on the wing. Allen drives, kicks it back outside. Now Cooper Howe. Farnsworth on the wing. Farnsworth, Tucker Howe. Tucker finds a lane, driving, shooting, and throws it up. That's going to be on Niekamp.
No, I think it's going to be on... That's going to be an offensive foul on Tucker Howe. Yes, it is.
That's the second on Howe.
In that case there, Howe may have tried to force himself into an area that he didn't have a lot of chance for success, and it is a foul. And that will give Marion Local, they've knocked off the last 5 points of the game here, and that will give them an opportunity to get the last shot of the half with 28 seconds left. Monroe Central 23-15 lead.
Whitaker in the game. Tucker Howe takes a seat after getting his second foul.
Well, there's just a chance to get a breather there and get Whitaker in the game for the first time, and he'll guard Niekamp. And he's very capable of that. But Whitaker is only 6'2", so again, he has a 6-inch height disadvantage for Tyler Whitaker.
Everman with the basketball to Homan. Works it back out top now to Mesher. 11 seconds, 10. Mesher down the lane. Mesher with Allen on him. Mesher spins, shoots, and scores. Silva can't get the shot off. That's going to do it. The end of the first half of play. Nice run by the Flyers, Jeff. They've closed the gap to 6 points. The score after 2. It's Monroe Central 23, Marion Local 17. We'll take a break. Back with more right after this.
Contact Bombers Tire and Collision in Bellsville today for all of your automotive service needs. We offer tire rotation, mount and balance, oil changes, mechanical repairs, and so much more. From bumper to bumper, we've got you covered. Specializing in classic car restoration, we provide free estimates and accept all insurances. Visit us at 52493 Broad Street or call 740-926-5060. We're open Monday through Friday 8 to 5. Be sure to call Bombers Tire and Collision today. We'll get you back on the road. Go Knowles!
Stoney's RV Center is the place that makes buying a new RV easy. Ask about their on-site financing with very affordable payments, and they make on-site camper service calls to the area campgrounds. Stoney's RV also carries cargo trailers, car haulers, horse and stock trailers, and open utility trailers. They install hitch systems and fill propane tanks too. Stoney's RV Center, the place that takes camping to the next level, and a proud sponsor of our area high school sports teams. Need reliable waste disposal? Bucky Disposal has you covered. Whether it's residential, commercial, or roll-off services, they deliver prompt, professional waste management at competitive prices. Locally owned and committed to keeping our communities clean, they make trash removal hassle-free. From weekly pickups to large project roll-offs, they have the right solution for you. Visit BuckyDisposal.com or call today to get started. And a big shout out to the Monroe Central Seminoles. Good luck at state. Go Knowles. Looking for expert excavating services? Seaball Excavating in Louisville has you covered. They specialize in utilities, dozer work, septic installation and repair, brush hogging with a skid steer, mulching with an excavator, and dump truck services. No job is too big or too small. Whether you're clearing land, installing a septic system, or hauling materials, they do it all. Call Seaball Excavating today, 740-213-3281 for a free estimate. Quality work done right.
Since 1920, Jones Feed has been serving farmers in Noble County. Now we have a location in Guernsey County. Our business is built on trust and quality feeds for livestock and pets. At Jones Feed, we still do things the old-fashioned way. For more than 100 years, farmers have trusted our signature recipes. Plus, we offer Kent Feeds, known for their champion show feeds. Got your own recipe? We custom grind and we deliver. Call Jones Feed today, 740-732-4135. That's 740-732-4135.
We are back. University of Dayton, the Division VI state championship. Monroe Central's got a 6-point lead, 23-17 on Marion local. Jeff, nice 7-point run by the Flyers right before the half.
Yeah, that score went from 23 to 10 to 23 to 17 in a big hurry. And, probably the bad sign there as far as Monroe Central is concerned is that Niekamp got involved with a couple of those baskets and hit a three. The Flyers, have hurt themselves with 10 turnovers, but the Seminoles just let a couple scoring opportunities get away. But still, you're at halftime of the championship game and you're up 6 points.
All right, we have reached the halfway point of this championship game. We're going to take a quick break. The score: Monroe Central 23, Marion Local 17. You're listening to high school basketball on AVC Sports.
Need a solid foundation? Call Guardian Excavating. They handle it all from septic installation, concrete work, demolition and land clearing, to foundation digs, stone hauling, and more. No job too big, no detail too small. Guardian Excavating is proud to support Monroe Central Athletics. Call 740-213-2951 today for top quality service you can trust. Go Knowles from Guardian Excavating. At Friday Insurance Center LLC, their priority is protecting what matters most to you. As an independent agency, they work with Erie Insurance and other top insurance carriers to find the best coverage at the best price, tailored to your unique needs. No matter your insurance needs, they're here to help you find the perfect policy. Call 740-218-1446 for a free quote and let them help you stay protected. Trevor Friday is a 1996 graduate of Monroe Central and a proud supporter of Seminole Athletics. Go Knowles!
JG Cosmetique, the Ohio Valley's #1 medical spa, offering medical assisted weight loss, laser hair removal, facial rejuvenation, and more. Located just off of Interstate 70 in Bethesda, Ohio, JG offers a wide selection of the highest quality skincare, both in-store and online. To stay up to date on all that's happening at JG, find us on social media or visit jgcosmetique.com.
How can you select from insurance companies offering you lizards or ducks? When it comes to protection for your home and auto, you want a company that provides quality insurance products and personalized, fair, friendly claims service. WB Green Insurance represents Westfield Insurance. Their reputation is based on sharing knowledge and building trust. Westfield has been around the neighborhood over 150 years. WB Green Insurance welcomes the opportunity to quote your home, car, and business insurance. Don't be fooled by lizards and ducks. Call 439-1329.
Welcome back. We are at the University of Dayton Arena. Seminoles with a 23-17 lead on Marion local. Jeff, we have got a ton of sponsors to thank, so let's get underway with that right now. Woodsfield True Value, Surgeon Construction, Bomber Tire and Collision, Designs by Dixie, DD Lawn and Tree Service, Woodsfield Savings Bank, Sue Snowd State Farm, Misty Durkis with Howard Hanna Real Estate, Country Clippings, and WB Green Insurance.
West Banco of Woodsfield, JG Cosmetique, Modern Home and Hardware, Caldwell Ready Mix, Bear Track Speedway, Allen Hunter State Farm, Center Drive-Thru, Ohio Hills Health Center, Bucky Disposal, Jones Excavating, and Village Hardware and Rental.
Friday Insurance Center, Louisville Carryout, Citizens National Bank of Woodsfield, Smithburger Realty, Seabach Excavating, Stoney's RV Sales and Service, Patrons Buckeye Mutual Insurance, Ohio Valley Community Federal Credit Union, Jones Feed, and Guardian Excavating. Without these sponsors, Jeff and I could not be here today, and we're darn happy that we made it down to Dayton.
You know, really, I know a lot of people talk about the fact they wish this was all in Columbus and that, but you know, Dayton puts out a good bid. They're very experienced about hosting tournaments here. Just Tuesday and Wednesday this week, NCAA first four were on this very court, and many people may have watched some of those games on TV. But you know, they do a great job of everything. You know, the facility is great. You know, plenty of concession stands and restrooms, and you know, it's a fine facility, no question about that.
Beautiful, and the floor is beautiful as well. It's kind of a thrill to be down here right at court level. A little bit different perspective than what you and I are used to calling a basketball game.
And the games we've done also, it's a little less hot than what it was a couple of locations we were last couple of weeks.
Otterbein was a sweat, and so was Ohio Dominican. It was pretty warm in those two places. Of course, we were up high in the rafters there. Well,
but I have to say, you know, that just as you and Brett found out here a little while ago, we're down here so close on the court. You're about in the line of fire as that ball zipped right between the two of you there.
Yeah. And zipped is a good word, too, because I didn't see it till the last second. But, boy, I got out of the way, I'll tell you that right now. All right, we have got a good one here at the half. State championship game. Seminoles have the lead, 23-17 on the Marion local Flyers. We're going to take a break. Back with more right after this.
In life, we set goals. Personal firsts. A first car. A first job with a first checking account.
Welcome aboard.
A first home.
Congratulations. Here's the keys to your new home.
A first day of a well-deserved retirement. At Woodsfield Savings Bank, we've been helping people in our local communities achieve whatever financial first they're looking for. Since 1887, Woodsfield Savings Bank, the first choice for your next first. FDIC insured equal housing lender.
Patrons Buckeye Mutual Insurance Company is a proud supporter of high school basketball. Contact one of the 42 agencies writing for Patrons Buckeye for a quote from your local insurance company covering Ohio. Whether you need coverage for your home, mobile home, seasonal home, garage, farm equipment, Buckeye Mutual Insurance Company is located in Caldwell, Ohio, and can help. Visit our website at patronsbuckeye.com.
Need top-notch excavation work? Joe's Excavation has you covered. From septic installations to drain lines, water lines, skid steer, and track hose services, they handle it all with precision and reliability. Whether you're building new or upgrading old, they dig deep to get the job done right. No shortcuts, no hassle, just solid work you can trust. Call Joe's Excavation today and break ground on your next project. 740-228-2242. Joe's Excavation. Digging deep, building strong.
We are back. Monroe Central has the lead, 23-17 at the half on Marion local. Jeff, you've got some stats generously provided, I might add, by the OHSAA. Why don't you read a few of those off?
Looking first at the Seminoles, because I know most of the people listening are interested in the Seminole stats. Cooper Howe has played 16 minutes in the first half, 2 of 3 from the floor, 1 of 2 shooting the 3. That's 3 rebounds and 5 total points. He also has an assist and 2 steals. Chance Allen in 16 minutes is 0 for 2 from the floor, is 2 for 2 at the line, just 1 rebound for 2 points. Chance has 3 assists and a steal, and also a blocked shot. Caden Silva has played 16 minutes, is 1 of 2 from the floor, 0 of 2 at the line for his 2 points. Also has 2 assists. Tucker Howe in 15 and a half minutes, 1 of 4 from the floor for his 2 points. He has 2 rebounds and 2 steals. Corbin Farnsworth has played a great first half and just over 15 minutes. He's 5 of 6 from the floor, 2 of 3 from the line. He has 3 rebounds. That's 12 points, along with 2 assists for Farnsworth. Jacob Vogel played briefly, is 0 for 1 from the floor, and also Tyler Whitaker briefly, no stats to show.
Well, you were talking about a third man showing up. Looks like it's Corbin Farnsworth's day.
Yeah, and right now, Tucker Howe has been well defended and has not been able to get a lot going.
Also has 2 fouls on him.
Correct. Also, 7 points for Austin Niekamp and 6 points for Grant Kramer of the Flyers. Shooting-wise, Marion Local was 7 of 18 from the floor, 2 of 7 from three-point range, and 1 of 3 from the free throw line. Monroe Central, 9 of 18 from the floor, 3 of 9 on threes, 2 of 4 from the free throw line. Rebounding, that edge so far has gone to Marion Local, 12 to 10 edge, and turnovers, 10 for Marion Local and 6 for Monroe Central. Seminoles have 5 steals also. Overall, a good defensive effort by the Seminoles. Just a little run there at the end, and maybe the halftime came at a good time. Anytime during a game, you hope to be able to withstand the opponent's run. Well, maybe their run was ended by the halftime, and the Seminoles can regroup here, now for the second half.
Yeah, Niekamp hit a 2 and then hit a 3, and then Mesher finished off with a 2. And that was Mesher's first 2 of the game. So they have a little run here going, and right now, of course, Monroe Central wanting to keep that spaced out a little bit. The longer this goes, the longer the Seminoles have the lead, the more pressure there is on the Flyers.
Well, with 16 minutes left, the Seminoles have led since the start. They jumped out to that early lead. There's been no ties and no lead changes in the game. But again, the Flyers went to the locker room with the momentum at the half, having scored the last 7 points of the half. But now it's a new game. Seminoles leading 23-17, and you got to play every bit as good the first 16 minutes as you did the second 16.
Do you see either coach making any adjustments?
I wouldn't right now, no.
All right, boy. This has been a good one all the way, just as we expected. Also, Jeff, something I might want to score 23-17 at the half. We're on target for right around 50 points for the winner.
That's what we expected.
Good defense by both squads so far. Farnsworth having a day. Can the sophomore continue what he's doing from the field? You never know. Tucker Howe could go off. Chance Allen could go off. Niekamp could all of a sudden start to have a big game. That's what makes state championships so special. And a 6-point lead is not safe.
Exactly.
Well, getting ready now for that opening tip.
And just a couple other stats to run out here also. The points in the paint are even at 10 apiece. Marion Local has 3 second chance points. Monroe Central, none. Seminoles with 4 fast break points. Marion Local just with 1. And Monroe Central has 11 points off the 10 Marion Local turnovers. And the Flyers have 8 points off the 6 Seminole turnovers.
Starting lineups coming out for Marion Local. And here come the Seminoles. Looks like the same 5 for them.
Yeah, at this level now, you sub when you have to. There's no subbing just because, to sub. You sub when, because you want to sub in certain situations or because of, unfortunately, foul trouble.
We have one half of, here's a steal. Cooper Howe with a steal, opening the third quarter, driving, shooting, missing. That's going to be a foul on Mesher, I think. That'll send Cooper Howe to the line.
Well, just the way the first half started, Marion Local with a quick turnover, and Cooper Howe able to get down the floor, go to the hoop, and draw the foul. His first chance at the foul line in this game.
Interesting to me. I don't know if the Flyers' first shots up can't in and out. I don't know if the Flyers have faced a team this quick defensively. I know the Seminoles have in Berlin Highland. Second shot now by Cooper Howe. Ball's up and got that one.
Seminoles out 3 of 6 at the foul line.
A little bit of full court pressure. It's just token full court pressure. Homan with the basketball now for the Flyers. Mesher lobs it down inside. Niekamp up and in. That's not a good start. Niekamp starts to work right away.
One would think their emphasis here in the third quarter is going to be on putting the ball in the post.
Cooper Howe working the basketball to Farnsworth. Farnsworth, they're out on him this time, working the basketball. Shots up, no good. Here comes Mesher. I was screened by the official, couldn't see who took the shot.
It was Cooper Howe.
Mesher.
Three-pointer.
Arons, down low, Niekamp. Looking to spin, now works it back to Mesher. Now back to Niekamp. Niekamp under the basketball is up and blocked out of bounds.
It was blocked out of and then the block went off of Niekamp's hand and out of bounds. That will be Seminole ball.
I'm a little bit surprised it wasn't a foul. I thought he got him on the arm, but I'm way down here, couldn't see. Here's Chance Allen with the basketball. Allen on the wing. Tucker Howe. Farnsworth for 3, off the rim, no good. Arns comes down with it. Here comes Mesher for the Flyers. 24-19. 5-point lead for the Noles. They work it down low to Niekamp again. Niekamp. Outside Mesher. Mesher on the sidelines. Takes a look.
I'll tell you, Farnsworth and Niekamp are battling down there, pushing and shoving each other. I'm not sure who you would call the foul on.
Silva. I'll tell you what, that's going to be physical. Niekamp works it inside. Arns. Can't get the ball up. That's going to be a foul on Cooper Howe.
And I think it'll probably be a shooting foul. I think Arns was trying to go up for the shot, and it will be 2 shots for Arns. Marion Local just 1 of 3 at the foul line in the first half.
And Arns owns one of those misses. Ball's up. Got that one. 24-20. 6:15 left now in the third. Here come the Flyers. Second shot for Arns. Up and missed it badly. Tucker Howe with the basketball for the Seminoles. Howe to Allen on the wing. Traveling.
No, it was not traveling. It's going to be an illegal screen on Cooper Howe down low.
That's 3 on Cooper now that I have.
And Cooper will now go out of the game for a moment. And Jacob Fogel is in the game.
Fogel can shoot. Up the floor quickly. Mesher. And let's see, it's going to be on Chance Allen.
As Mesher's going to the hoop, a lot of contact in there. Mesher went down. That's going to be a foul. And that is now the 3rd foul here of the third quarter on the Seminoles, and we've only played 2 minutes.
Second on Chance Allen.
Yeah, you don't want to put the opponents at the foul line early in the quarter.
Down low, losing the basketball. Picked up by Arns. Arns out to Mesher, travels.
Well, what a flurry that was. The ball on the ground. You had about 6 or 8 pairs of hands reaching for it.
At first I thought it was Monroe Central. Then it looked like Marion Local had it. And as you said,
about 3 different guys had a chance for it, but the bottom line comes down to a traveling call on Marion Local.
Tucker Howe, Silva now. Silva, top of the key. Silva finds Allen inside. Tucker Howe, balls up and can't get it to go. That's going to be a foul on Niekamp or Arns. I'm not sure. Neither one. It's going to be on Homan. That's his third.
And he'll come out of the game now in favor of Everman. Everman, who played quite a bit in the first half. He had about 7 minutes in the first half. And Monroe Central under their own basket.
Silva with the inbounds for the Noles. Silva looking for a man. Finds Tucker Howe. Tucker to the elbow. Outside now. That's Fogel. Fogel works it to Tucker Howe. Chance Allen now. In the corner. Silva for three. Off the rim. No good. Rebound. Neiman. Mesher up the floor. Mesher. They're going to say that's Monroe Central ball. Boy, Mesher's not happy. He was trying to make a call.
I tell you, Bill, Monroe Central is settling for three-pointers, in my opinion, way too often here. They're 0 for 4 from the floor this quarter, and 3 of them have been three-pointers. You know, more than half of their shots have been from 3 in the game. I need to get inside a little bit more.
Here's Tucker Howe with the ball. Now, Tucker's been inside, but, boy, they've really collapsed on him when he's had it. Here comes Chance Allen down the lane. Allen up and blocked. That's a block by Niekamp.
And that's one reason you're forced to settle for the perimeters, because of the physical size inside of the Flyers.
Mesher with the basketball now. Mesher on the sidelines. Here's a steal. That's Fogel, picked up by Everman. Ball's kicked by Chance Allen. It will be Flyer basketball.
A near steal there by Fogel, but Everman is able to get possession. And as he threw the ball while he was lying on the ground, it will be a kicking violation against Chance Allen as the ball hit his foot. Now the officials are going to talk, and the Marion local bench is really unhappy about something. And it will be.
Well, they're gonna take a 30-second timeout.
It will still be Marion local's ball when we come back.
All right, the score: Monroe Central 24, Marion local 20. We're taking a break. Back with more right after this.
Ohio Hills Health Center's Woodsfield congratulates Monroe Central Seminoles boys basketball team on making it to the state championship game. This is an incredible achievement, and you've made your community proud. Ohio Hills Health Centers is your community health center providing primary care, lab testing, and x-rays, and they're pleased to meet the health needs of Monroe County. Ohio Hills Health Centers wishes the Monroe Central Seminoles boys basketball team good luck in Dayton.
4:36 left here in the third quarter. We're getting to down to crunch time. 24-20. Seminoles lead by 4. They've led the whole game. But boy, Marion local they're coming pretty hard right now, Jeff.
And Seminoles only 1 point this quarter, 0 for 5 from the floor.
Mesher with the basketball. Inside Neiman, up and in. Niekamp. 2 for Niekamp. Great set play on the out of bounds. 24-22. Silva back to Allen on the wing. Allen in the corner. Tucker Howe. Howe drives in. Now works it up and got it. That's a good sign right there.
It just Howe's second basket of the game.
Mesher with the basketball. Chance Allen still out on him. In the corner now. Top of the key, Niekamp. Out of bounds. Ball stolen. Niekamp comes up with it. Let's see.
I think we're going to get a Monroe Central foul.
It's going to be on Farnsworth. That's his first.
And we got a media timeout.
So with that media timeout, we're going to take a break. 3:53 left in the third. The score, Monroe Central 26, Marion local 22. You're listening to high school basketball on WBNV.
Hi, this is Melissa Smithberger.
And I'm Crystal Vogler with Smithberger Realty.
Are you looking to sell or buy real estate? Smithberger Realty is a part of our nation's largest traditional and auction real estate company.
We also represent the largest network for recreational land through Realtree hunting properties.
We can provide you with national marketing with local expertise. Come visit our offices in Clarington or Barnesville. Smithberger Realty, ready to work for you.
Smithberger Realty is an affiliate of United Country Real Estate. At Citizens National Bank, they're more than just a bank, they're your community bank. With 4 convenient locations in Southeast Ohio, they offer a full suite of financial products and services, plus seamless digital banking so you can bank with them wherever you go. Whether you're saving, investing, or managing your money, they're here to help you every step of the way. And they're proud to support Monroe Central Athletics. Visit or contact them today by calling 740-472-1696 and let Citizens National Bank help you take the next step in your financial journey. Go Noles!
Looking for a better way to bank? Ohio Valley Community Federal Credit Union has the right products and services for every household and every budget. From checking and savings to mortgages and consumer loans, we make banking easy. Open a membership or apply for a loan online at ohiovalleycu.org or visit one of our 5 convenient branch locations. We're your hometown financial institution, putting you first. Ohio Valley Community Federal Credit Union. Our interest is you. And as always, go Noles.
Member NCUA. Modern Home and Hardware, the store you love to shop, is your one-stop destination in Woodsfield. They carry major appliances from Speed Queen, Whirlpool, and LG, still power equipment, and an outdoor section packed with guns, ammo, and a huge fishing selection. Refresh your home with Benjamin Moore Paint and check out their home decor and gifts department for beautiful, inspiring displays. Stay updated on Facebook. Visit modernhomeandhardware.com or call 740-472-5404. Modern Home and Hardware. Stop in today. You're listening to high school basketball on 93 BNV, WBNV, Barnesville, Woodsfield.
We're back. University of Dayton Arena. Bill Cassler, Jeff Stevens with you here. Jeff, boy, I'll tell you what. Marion local putting on a run here in the second half, and that interior defense is picking up for the Flyers.
Well, with that 7-point run that the Flyers had to end the second quarter where they hit their last 3 shots, now they've hit the 2 of their first 3 here in this quarter. So they've kind of picked things up offensively, but still Monroe Central 26-22. Midway through the third period.
Concentrated effort by the Flyers to get the ball into Austin Niekamp in the post this time.
Well, no question. That was an area of emphasis as they came out of halftime. And, he's been guarded down there by Farnsworth. Really the key right now for the Seminoles is that Cooper Howell remains on the bench with 3 fouls and been replaced on the floor by Jacob Fogel. And you hate to lose Howell as far as his rebounding and his defense.
Here's Orange with the basketball. Long shot by Kramer, off the rim, no good. Rebound, coming down with it, fought for. Everman's got it for the Flyers. Back to Mesher. Second chance for Marion local.
Marion local starting to assert herself on the boards also. They have the advantage now where Monroe Central had the advantage early.
Orange with the basketball, top of the key. Works it back to Kramer on the wing. Kramer with Silva out on him. Everman, top of the key. Mesher now on the left side. Mesher directing traffic. Mesher drives the baseline, kicks it back out. Niekamp for 3, off the rim, no good. Rebound, Tucker Howe. Here come the Noles. Howe, right up the middle of the floor, works it back to Allen on the wing. Tucker Howe takes a look at a 3. Howe works it off. Farnsworth for 3. That ball short. Rebound, they're going to get a push on Mesher, I think.
That will be Monroe Central ball out of bounds underneath. Cooper Howell's going to check back in for the Seminoles. Dylan Pardon on for the first time as Fogel will go out, and
Mesher's going to take a seat for the Flyers.
Silva's going to go out for a breather, his first time out tonight. Mesher out, and Everman back in for the Flyers.
Here's Pardon. Cooper Howe, 3! Oh, that couldn't come at a better time.
Welcome back to the game, Cooper Howe.
Kramer with the basketball. Kramer, top of the key. Long shot off the rim, no good. Rebound fought for. Coming down with it, Arns. Tied up. Now they gets it back out to Homan. Arns with the basketball. Deep in the corner. Driving is Everman. He's in trouble. Under the basket. Looking for help. Finds Homan out near midcourt. 29-22, 7-point lead for the Seminoles. Everman, Niekamp. Arns on the sideline. Niekamp, top of the key. Now they work it on the wing. That's Homan. Homan kicks it back to Arns. Arns in the corner. Now dribbles out to midcourt. Kramer drives to the elbow, kicks it off in the corner. Long shot by Everman, no good. Rebound, fought for, coming down with it, Cooper Howe. 1:56 left in the third. Chance Allen down the middle of the lane, works it outside. Farnsworth, Cooper Howe, top of the key. Tucker Howe on the wing now. Howe, top of the key, on the wing. Allen drives, kicks it inside. That ball's knocked away, picked up by Marion Local. 1:38 left here in the third. Everman down the middle of the lane, balls up and got it. (29-24), Seminoles with the lead and the basketball. Farnsworth, top of the key. Farnsworth works it over to Allen on the right wing. Allen drives to the baseline. On the elbow now, Tucker Howe. Kicks it off to Cooper Howe. Cooper into the lane, now back out, Parton. Top of the key, Cooper Howe down the lane, up in. There's going to be a foul. Howe's shot almost went down. It did not go. He'll shoot two.
You had a nice lane to the basket there, able to draw the contact away. You're so close to being a good basket.
Let's see, was that on Arns? First shot's up by Cooper Howe. That's good.
Arns goes out.
That's going to be on Mesher. The foul's going to be on Mesher, number 32. That's his second. Second shot by Cooper Howe. Can't get it to go. Rebound, Cooper Howe. Ball's up and missed it. Rebound, Homan. Tapped away. Homan loses the handle. Picked up. Here come the Flyers. Up the floor. Tucker Howe's got it. Driving is Chance Allen. Kicks it back. Farnsworth in the lane. Tucker Howe.
Chance Allen just got away with a walk. It was not called.
He did. I saw it from here.
No question that was a bad travel, but it was not called.
Officials not in position for that one. Tucker Howe now will pull the ball out. 24 seconds left. They're going to go for one.
I hope the official standing right in front of us didn't hear me say that.
Yeah, I hope so too. He probably isn't paying attention to us. Tucker Howe now as 15 seconds on the clock. Howe out near midcourt. 10 seconds. 9, 8. Oh, inside, bad pass. Kicked around. Kramer's got it for the Flyers. Kramer loses it now, throws it up. Can't get it to go. That's going to do it. End of the third. We've got a good one going into the fourth. The score, Monroe Central 30, Marion Local 24. Back with more right after this.
Contact Bombers Tire and Collision in Bellsville today for all of your automotive service needs. We offer tire rotation, mount and balance, oil changes, mechanical repairs, and so much more. From bumper to bumper, we've got you covered. Specializing in classic car restoration, we provide free estimates and accept all insurances. Visit us at 52493 Broad Street or call 740-926-5060. We're open Monday through Friday 8 to 5. Be sure to call Bombers Tire and Collision today. We'll get you back on the road. Go Knowles!
Well, Bob, first I want to thank my sponsors. The car was running great and we were able to maneuver through a lot of action out there. Big win, Bob. Big win.
Some might say that bump in number 2 was Bush League.
Hey, if that Powder Puff wants to say something, have him drag his dusty out of the pits and come see me in Victory Row.
Dad, you knocked me into the tires.
If you ain't rubbing, you ain't racing, rookie.
Mommy does this every time. Get in the minivan, Earnhardt.
Oh, yes, dear.
Bear Track Speedway, Harper Road in Woodsfield. Go-karting for all ages. Bear Track Speedway for real racers. And their parents, too.
The minivan now.
At West Banco of Woodsfield, we know that money doesn't make you wealthy. Understanding it does. That's why we offer expert financial assistance for personal banking, mortgages, business services, investments, and insurance, helping you make the most of your money. If you're looking for the right coverage, West Banco Insurance can tailor an affordable insurance package to fit your needs. We're also proud supporters of the Monroe Central Seminoles. Best of luck to all Seminole athletes. Stop by today. West Banco, member FDIC.
From beautiful flowers and bouquets to baskets, wreaths, and so much more, Designs by Dixie creates stunning arrangements for any occasion. Whether it's for a wedding, prom, or just to brighten your day, they've got you covered. Designs by Dixie is also a proud supporter of Monroe Central Athletics. Visit them today and let them make your special day even more beautiful. Designs by Dixie, where your perfect day begins with the perfect flowers. You've chosen the perfect dress. Now let Designs by Dixie handle the rest. Good luck, Seminoles.
Buckle up. We've got 8 minutes to go. Monroe Central's got a 30-24 lead on Marion local. Seminoles by 6 going into that last quarter of play. Boy, Jeff, this has been a defensive battle.
Well, Seminoles withstanding that third quarter. It was an even quarter, 7 points apiece. Seminoles just shooting at 2 of 9 from the floor in the quarter, 1 of 5 from three-point range, 2 of 4 free throws. Marion local only 3 of 8 from the floor. So for the game, Marion local is 10 of 26. Monroe Central is 11 of 27. One of the big differences right now, Marion local has 14 turnovers to Monroe Central's 9. Rebounding edge to Marion local, 19-17.
Yeah, and that's important, but I'll tell you what, it's fairly close. So the rebounding is almost a wash.
High of those 17 rebounds for the Seminoles, 6 for Tucker Howe, 5 for Cooper Howe, 12 points for Farnsworth, 10 for Cooper Howe, 3 assists for Chance Allen, 3 steals for Cooper Howe.
Well, here we go. After this quarter, there is no more basketball in Division 6.
And the winner of this game will be the first ever boys basketball Division 6 champion, and this is the first year of the 7 divisions.
That's a great point.
I read that somewhere.
I like it. Tucker Howe with the basketball, Seminoles.
And we're going to call Chance Allen for an illegal screen. He ran together with the Marion local player. And
third foul on Chance Allen.
Chance gets called for the foul, so that's another turnover, the 10th of the game for the Seminoles, but it gives Marion local the ball back now for their initial possession of the quarter. And as you say, 3 fouls now on Chance Allen.
Homan with the basketball, works it back to Mesher on the sidelines. Kramer now in the corner. Orange. They work the ball now deep to Niekamp. Farnsworth right out on him. Homan in the corner again, Mesher. They work it out now, Orange, top of the key. Orange has it again, top of the key. That ball's kicked out of bounds by Tucker Howe. It'll be Flyers basketball.
And it really looks like, from the Marion local standpoint, they have a couple of their players out there on the perimeter that do not look like they're willing to go shoot the perimeter shot, and Monroe Central's been able to sag off of them.
That's good coaching right there. Orange with the basketball. Mesher. Homan, that's knocked out of bounds by Cooper Howe.
Again, they were wanting to get the ball inside to the 6'8" Niekamp. Farnsworth is playing behind him, but knocked out of bounds there by Cooper Howe. Inbounds Marion local in front of their own bench.
And they get it into Homan. Homan drives, now kicks it back outside. Kramer loses the handle, ball's tipped around, picked up by Farnsworth. Great job there by Tucker Howe, knocking that ball out of the hands of Kramer. Here's Chance Allen. Silva at the elbow. Silva now back out near top of the key. Now he works it back out to Tucker Howe. Boy, you can see Marion locals picking that defense up. They are playing a tight man-to-man. Cooper Howe now. Cooper drives the sideline. Works it, looking for some help. Finds Silva. Chance Allen. Allen takes a look at a 3, now drives inside. Allen dishes it, and that ball is thrown back inbounds. Great save by Kramer.
Monroe Central foul.
That'll be on Silva, I think.
I believe so.
.6:28 left here in the fourth quarter. Seminoles by 6, 30-24. Mesher with the basketball. Mesher in the corner. Orange back to Homan. Homan on the wing. Homan down the middle of the lane, falls down, kicks it back out to Orange. Niekamp now on the baseline. They've got him doubled. That going to be on Cooper Howe or Farnsworth?
It's going to be on Cooper Howe.
That's 4 on him.
And he's going to have to step out of the game. Fogel's going to come back in. That's a tough blow. 6:08 left in the game. Seminoles up 6, and Cooper Howe's going to have to sit down.
Cooper played, boy, he had an outstanding third quarter. Hit a 3 and a foul shot to lead the way.
I think the Seminoles will miss him defensively as much as anything.
Kramer shot a 3, no good. Rebound Homan underneath. Foul, let's see what we got. See who the call's on.
It's going to be on the Seminoles.
That's going to be on Silva. That's his second, I think.
Board shows him with 3.
Oh, 3 fouls. My bad. Okay. Mesher with the basketball in the corner. Niekamp shot is short. Rebound underneath. That's going to be on Fogel.
Well, again, Marion Local is starting to assert themselves with a lot of second chance opportunities here with the offensive rebounds, and the Seminoles have got to do a better job. And that is now at 5:55 left in the game. That is Monroe Central's 5th foul of the 4th quarter. Marion Local will shoot the rest of the game.
It's going to put Homan on the line.
He misses the first.
Second shot for Ryan Homan. Missed the second. Boy, Niekamp's on the back, and they didn't call it. Picked up by Tucker Howe.
Timeout, Monroe Central.
Good call. Tucker Howe picks it up now. Seminoles are going to keep the basketball. 30-24, 5:50 left, Jeff. Boy, the pressure that Marion Local's putting on right now, these guys are really wanting the basketball.
Well, they're crashing the offensive boards, and Seminoles have got to secure the rebounds. Here's another interesting point. In this 4th quarter, Monroe Central has had all 5 timeouts remaining, so Coach Lang using that one to maintain the possession, so they've got plenty of timeouts left.
Jeff, I hate to interrupt, but we had an imposter here. I just got a text from one of our other announcers, Dave Hilliard, who had the Division IV call yesterday. They did a shooting contest in between quarters. It was Gator Nichols, who dropped 36 last night. Disguised as a Monroe Central fan.
He didn't do that well because basically he was worn out from the night before.
Yes, I mean, he didn't come close to scoring in that contest. I mean, he had 36 last night.
I'll tell you what, congratulations to the Panthers on that state championship and we're hoping the Seminoles can repeat in Division 6. Knowles with the basketball, Chance Allen with it now on the wing. Allen, top of the key now.
Seminoles could use a basket here.
2 would be nice. Tucker Howe, top of the key. Tucker, Orange working on Orange. Tucker at the elbow. Back outside, that's Fogel. Fogel works it to Silva. Silva. Farnsworth cutting underneath. Tucker Howe at the elbow. Shots up, that's no good. Rebound. Mesher for the Flyers. Up the floor. Kramer's got it now. Kramer to Mesher out near midcourt. Mesher hands it off now to Kramer. Homan now. Back to Mesher. Mesher, top of the key. In the corner. Orange takes a look at it, now drives in. Loses the handle, loses a step, needs some help. Gets it out to Niekamp.
4:50 left in the game.
Mesher, top of the key. Homan now on the sidelines. Homan looking, back outside Mesher. Good patience by the Flyers, good defense by the Seminoles. Arms. Hands off. Long shot by Kramer. No good. Rebound fought for. Coming down with it. Niekamp. To Kramer. Kramer down the middle of the lane. Kramer loses the handle. Picked up by Tucker Howe. No. Knocks it back inside. Mesher's got it. Chance Allen shots up and good.
3 offensive rebounds in the 4th quarter for the Flyers. And we've got a 4-point game.
Tucker Howe down the middle in the corner. Long shot by Fogel. Yes! That's huge! (33-26) up to a 7-point lead. Mesher with the basketball for Marion Local. 3:48 left in the game. Mesher on the sidelines. Top of the key. Orange takes a look. Down low, Niekamp.
They're going to get the foul, I believe, on Farnsworth. Just bodying a little too much down low after Niekamp got the ball, and that's going to put Niekamp at the line.
Niekamp is an excellent free throw shooter. We're going to take a quick break. 3:40 left here in the ball game. The score, Monroe Central 33, Marion Local 26. You're listening to high school basketball on WBNV.
Planning a project in Noble, Guernsey, or Monroe County and surrounding areas? Look no further than Caldwell Ready Mix Concrete. From pre-mixed concrete to high-strength and decorative options, they've got you covered. Need sand or gravel? They've got that too. With over 55 years of experience, their family-owned business offers competitive prices and free estimates for all your construction needs. Contact Caldwell Ready Mix Concrete today for quality materials that stand the test of time. Trust the experts for your next project.
Surgeon Construction is leading the way in commercial and industrial construction. This is Jason Emsch, and we are committed to providing an exceptional construction experience from pre-construction through project completion. Our success is measured by exceeding our clients' expectations. See our past and previous projects at Cambridge YMCA and New Educational Center at Jurassic Park and FMJ Shooting Range, just to name a few. Find us online at surgeon.construction and like us on Facebook.
Surgeon Construction. We'll take it from here.
Big changes are coming, but the service you love is here to stay. Woodsfield True Value is soon to be Kemp's Ace Hardware. Same people, same place, same great service. Located in the heart of Woodsfield, we're your go-to hardware store for all of your home improvement needs. And as always, we're proud supporters of the Monroe Central Seminoles. Stop by today and see why Woodsfield True Value, soon to be Kemp's Ace Hardware, is the name you can trust. Let's go Seminoles.
Did you say lumber? Village Hardware and Rental has it covered. Village Hardware and Rental carries both bright and treated lumber, OSB, plywood, deck boards, and posts, all in their indoor lumber yard, plus railroad ties. Whether you're crafting, finishing a basement, or building a retaining wall, stop by Village Hardware for your lumber projects and their large selection of wire and electrical supplies. Let Village Hardware help you save time and money while providing you with all of your lumber and electrical needs. And good luck to Monroe Central. Go Seminoles!
We are back. What a defensive struggle here at the University of Dayton. Monroe Central 33, Marion Local 26. Both teams picking up defense, and it has been unbelievably physical. Officials are letting them play. You have to like that, but this game, you can cut the tension with a knife, Jeff.
Well, the major problem I see right now is Monroe Central has been charged with 5 fouls here in the fourth quarter, so Marion Local will shoot the rest of the game. Marion Local has not committed a foul in the fourth quarter, and that may be a disadvantage for them. We're coming out of the timeout, the immediate timeout. Niekamp, who has 11 points and 8 rebounds for the Flyers, will have 2 shots at the line.
Shots up by Niekamp. Boy.
He's very, for a 6'8" kid, he's very smooth with his shot.
He's got a great shot. You can see why he's going to play at the next level. Ball's up and count them both. Great stroke by Niekamp.
That's only the second time tonight anybody stepped to the line and made both shots.
33-28, Seminoles with the lead and the basketball. Silva back out top. Vogel. Here's Chance Allen with it now.
And Cooper Howe is back on the floor for the Seminoles.
That's Silva. Silva on the sideline. Silva. And that's going to be a reach on Kramer. That's a good call.
And that's the first Marion Local foul, so it'll be out of bounds Monroe Central. Corbin Farnsworth is now taking a breather here for the Seminoles, so we'll be interested to see who draws the defensive assignment on Niekamp down there. I'm going to say it'll now be Tucker Howe.
I think that's just the second on Kramer. Inbounds comes to Silva. Kramer's right out on him.
They're really going to pick up the pressure here and look to commit
Silva
fouls.
In the corner. Tucker Howe back outside. Chance Allen. Allen. 3:03 left here in the ball game. Silva. Attempted steal by Mesher.
Out of bounds, it will be Monroe Central ball. That's the negative here when you try to work clock. There's now 2:58 left in the game. And you'd hate to see the Seminoles not look at the basket at all, but they do lead by 5 points with 2:58 left in this game.
Inbounds. Cooper Howe has it for the Noles. It's going to be on Homan.
Yeah, that's a good call. That's the calls that Monroe Central needs. Now, the Homan's foul, and you say that's 4 on him. That's 2 team fouls on Marion Local.
Yeah, you know, there comes a point in this basketball game when you're trailing, you're going to want to have those fouls. You want to put Monroe Central on the line, give yourself a chance to get the ball back.
Especially when we know the difficulties the Seminoles have had at the foul line. Homan goes out of the game. Oh, near 5-second call. Timeout, Monroe Central.
Good one by Coach Lang. We're going to keep it right here. 2:53 left. Seminoles starting to try to bleed the clock a little bit. They're spreading the floor. At some point, I'm looking for somebody to cut to the basket.
Well, a chance for a back cut. But I say Marion Local is going to really amp up that pressure. Homan with these 4 fouls checked out in favor of Daniel Everman. But, you know, they're going to get, and if they commit a foul, they don't really care. 2:53 left in the game. It's still 33-28, Monroe Central. We said this game maybe in the 50s.
Well, it's not going to make the 50s.
We may be staying in the 30s. If the Seminoles could get to 40, I like our chances.
Well, we talked about it at the beginning. Probably the best 2 defensive basketball teams we've seen this year, and they're living up to that reputation.
Well, and from our vantage point here, Bill, at court side, we're seeing it right in front of us. The defensive pressure both these teams are playing. It's excellent. And Tucker Howe will now look to inbounds and finally gets it into the backcourt there to Allen.
Niecamp's out on him. Allen across the timeline. Allen. Working, now cutting. Gets it over to Tucker Howe on the sidelines. Tucker Howe driving. Now kicks it back outside. That's Fogel. Fogel. Hands it off to Chance Allen. Allen. Tucker Howe out near midcourt. 2:24. Tucker Howe with a basketball, and that's going to be a foul on Arman.
Arns tried to give that foul about 3 different times before the official called it. He had his hands all over Tucker Howe. That's now 3 fouls on the Flyers. 2:21 left. Seminoles +5.
Cooper Howe with the inbounds. And they work the ball into Chance Allen in the backcourt. Niecamp's on him as he crosses the timeline. That's going to be on Niecamp.
Yeah, and that's an intentional, that's not an intentional foul per rule, but it was given on purpose. Now that's 4 fouls. Next one at the line. And if Marion Local has scouted the Seminoles like I know they have, they're not going to work. They're going to commit some more fouls. They're going to put the Seminoles on the line.
Cooper Howe with the inbounds and finds a cutter. Allen up and in. What an inbounds.
Great cut by Allen.
Niecamp with the basketball. Working on Cooper Howe. Cooper Howe cuts him off. Knocked out of bounds. It'll be Flyer basketball. 2:01 left in the game. Boy, you knock it out of bounds, it's precious seconds rolling off the clock.
And that is just Chance Allen's first basket of the game. Just 4 points. And Fogel is now going to go out as Tyler Whitaker is going to come in. And this is for defense.
I was going to say a little bit more rugged on defense. Long look by Kramer. Kramer's going to take the shot. Ball's up. That's good. That's 2.
And timeout Marion Local.
All right, 1:56 left here in the ball game. The score, Monroe Central 35, Marion Local 30. We'll take a break. Back with more right after this.
DD Lawn and Tree Services is the place to go for expert tree care and landscaping. They specialize in tree removal, tree trimming, stump grinding, land clearing, and landscaping, keeping your property safe and looking its best. Proudly serving Monroe, Belmont, and all surrounding counties, they're your trusted local professionals for all your outdoor needs. They're also proud supporters of area sports and Seminole athletics. For reliable service you can count on, call DD Lawn and Tree Services today at 740-213-1264. If you're looking to buy or sell a home, property, or land in Monroe County, call Misty Durkis, your hometown real estate agent, at 740-213-0244. With Howard Hanna Real Estate Services, Misty's here to guide you every step of the way, making your next move a slam dunk. Howard Hanna Real Estate Services is a proud sponsor of the Monroe Central Seminoles. For real estate done right, call Misty Durkis with Howard Hanna Real Estate Services.
Five to 30. Knowles with the basketball. Full court pressure by the Flyers.
Fogel's back in, and we're going to get a foul in the backcourt on the Flyers, and this does not surprise me at all. They're going to make Monroe Central earn this at the foul line.
Cale Arns picks up the personal. That's going to put Silva on the line.
First time in the fourth quarter for the Seminoles. They are 4 of 8 for the game.
crunch time. Boy, these are big.
But also, Marion Local was less than 50%.
Ball's out. First one misses. Second shot for Silva. Still 35-30. 1:54 left here.
Farnsworth returns for defense.
Great job by Coach Lang getting his defenders in at a good time. Second shot's good. Every point is big. Every second that ticks off is big.
6-point lead now for the Seminoles.
Here come the Flyers across the timeline. Everman works it in the high post. That's Homan. Oh, they're going to call, oh my. They're going to call Tucker Howe with a foul. That's his third. But boy, that looked clean. He picked Kramer's pocket. That's going to put Kramer on the line shooting a pair.
And Kramer would be one of their better foul shooters, I'm sure. Seminoles are just 4 of 9 for the game.
He is.
36-30, 1:43 left. There will be 2 shots. We're going to shoot all fouls the rest of the game, both teams.
All right, Kramer at the line. A lot of pressure. Missed the first. Boy, when your designated shooter starts missing them, you know there's a lot of tension out there.
Arns returns for the Flyers, and Homan goes out with 4 fouls. You know that he's out because he has 4 fouls.
Shots up by Kramer. Missed it. Rebound, Chance Allen. He missed them both.
And a whistle in the backcourt.
It's going to put Chance Allen on the line quickly.
Oh, man.
Well, they had a high percentage man on the line in Kramer shooting those free throws, and he missed them both.
4 for 11 for the Flyers. As a Monroe Central fan, Bill, it's good to see somebody else struggle from the foul line other than the Seminoles.
Well, that's not usual. They've got some good free throw shooters. They're having a tough time. That's a good shot. The senior puts it up and in. Chance Allen.
And Chance is now 3 of 3. 55% for the year.
Second shot for Allen.
And it's a 7-point lead.
Got him. Those are huge. 38-30. Mesher up the floor. 1:38 left in the ball game. Here's Kramer. Niekamp on the sidelines. Homan drives in. Shoots a pass off the Mesher. Knocked out of bounds by Monroe Central. That's Cooper Howe. Not a bad thing, Jeff. More time off the clock.
Again, it looks like Niekamp and Kramer are the only 2 Flyers are looking to score.
Inbounds. Long shot. No good. Tucker Howe with a rebound. Tucker Howe up the floor. He's going to be fouled by Everman. That's going to put Tucker Howe on the line.
1:24 left.
Oh, my. Tucker Howe for 2.
Tucker just a 45% free throw shooter and misses the first.
Second shot for Howe. 1:24 left, 38-30. Monroe Central by 8. Second shot for Howe. Yes, sir. 39-30. Mesher up the floor. Mesher on the sidelines. Mesher now driving, shooting, and missing. Rebound, Tucker Howe. Gets it over to Allen. Allen up the floor, looking for Silva. There's a whistle before Silva's shot, and they're going to say that's going to put Allen on the line.
There was a foul on the pass. 1:10 left. 9-point lead.
And who'd have thunk it? They're doing it at the free throw line, Jeff.
Not too soon, Bill.
Oh, well, they're doing it. I didn't say it was done. That's good. 10-point lead, 40-30.
Seminoles have now hit 5 of the last 6 free throws.
Chance Allen is 5 for 5. 6 for 6. 41-30. 1:09 left in the ball game. Long shot by Kramer. Good. Kramer for 3. Timeout on the floor. 1:02 left in the game. The score, Monroe Central 41. Marion Local 33. We'll take a break. Back with more after this.
Hungry? Thirsty? Need to fill up? Louisville Carryout has you covered. Located at 33276 State Route 78 in Louisville, we're your locally owned and operated stop for hot pizza and other food items, ice-cold drinks, gas and diesel, all in one place. Proud sponsor of Monroe Central Athletics because we love supporting our community. Stop in today at Louisville Carryout. And as always, let's go Noles.
Hey, you know, Center Drive-Through corner Route 78 and 147 can accommodate small or larger vehicles. Andrea is still selling all kinds of basic supplies you'd need like milk, bread, pop, cold adult beverages, as well as tobacco and lottery tickets. But now she's also stocking fresh baked goods, deli subs, lunch meats, and cheeses, as well as locally raised beef items. Stop in Monday through Thursday, 6:30 to 8, Friday, 6:30 to 9, and Saturdays, 9 to 9. Center Drive-Through corner Route 78 and 147, right between Caldwell and Sayersville.
We're back. University of Dayton, time ticking down. Monroe Central's got a 41-33 lead on the Marion local Flyers. Seminoles looking at a possible state title here.
What a way to spend a Saturday afternoon, Bill.
I'll tell you, Chance Allen with the ball, falls down. They going to say jump ball?
Timeout. I think Monroe Central got a timeout.
Full timeout.
Yes, they did. Wow.
Oh, my.
And Marion local bench is unhappy as can be.
Coach Gottamuller is mad, to say the least.
But that's the advantage, as we said. Monroe Central had all 5 timeouts remaining entering this fourth quarter, which is unusual. Usually you will use some earlier in the game, but the media timeouts in a state championship game enabled Monroe Central to save all their timeouts. They've used 3 here in this quarter, and they've all saved a possession.
Plus, Monroe Central with that early lead. Coach Lang's on the sideline. I don't need to call timeout.
No,
we're playing pretty
exactly.
well.
now, Marion local does have 2 timeouts remaining, so if they would score. But we're still at 41-33.
We're under a minute.
And somebody said, I don't know if we was on the air, though, I'd like the chances if Monroe Central got to 40. Well, they're now at 41, but there's still 58 seconds. There's still a lot of work to do.
All right. Wow.
A chance for 2 state championships in the Eastern District, with Maysville winning yesterday. Monroe Central will have the ball inbound in the backcourt. I believe this will be a spot throw in by Howe.
Full court pressure by the Flyers. Inbounds, Tucker Howe back to Cooper Howe. Tucker Howe up the floor, no call. Farnsworth's got it, works it over to Allen. Allen, up and in! That's huge!
Seminole fans can feel it now.
43-33, ball's up, no good, rebound. Everman for the Flyers. Mesher in the lane, ball's up, can't get it to go. Now he shoots, he's blocked. Ball's up, got it to go.
And clock is running, 30 seconds. Foul in the backcourt. Cooper Howe will now go to the line.
43-35.
Whitaker to check in after the first foul shot. That's for defense.
Niekamp waiting to check in for the Flyers.
Cooper is 1 of 2 at the line so far in the game. Or does 1 of 3.
Shots up here by Cooper Howe. No good.
Niekamp back in for the Flyers. Whitaker in for Silva.
Second shot for Cooper Howe, who's played an outstanding game here. 43-35, just 30 ticks left on the clock. Ball's up. Missed
no
it.
Good.
Niekamp to Mesher. Mesher up the floor quickly. Mesher looking for Kramer. Mesher drives in underneath the basket. Can't get it to go. Rebound. Cooper Howe up the floor. Farnsworth waiting. Farnsworth is...
That's it. That's going to do it. Marion local is not going to foul. Monroe Central is a state champion. The second time in school history, softball in 2004 were state champions. The Seminoles are state champions in boys basketball.
Have you ever heard a sweeter sounding final horn? Wow!
43-35.
It was all Seminoles all the way.
I'm looking out in front of us here. Times leader reporter Kim North is getting pictures of the Monroe Central crowd, so that'll be in Monday's paper, I'm sure. Just
Brett Klein right now getting pictures of the players on the floor, shaking hands right now. 2 titles for the Eastern District. This one feels pretty good, Jeff.
You know, lots been said. I want right now, before I forget to do it, before we leave the air, and we're not leaving the air for a while, I want to shout out also the Monroe Central coaches who coached this group of seniors. They had 5 of these 6 seniors for 2 years. John Perkins, Junior Winland, and Tucker Brown. They deserve a little piece of this. It's just unbelievable. And the seniors for Monroe Central, the players on that. Senior Tyler Whitaker, Logan Powell, Chance Allen, Dylan Pardon, Jacob Fogel, Tucker Howe. And let's not forget 4 senior cheerleaders. Abby Kinney, Maggie Stryker, Kensington Hiles, Riley Zwick. And our national anthem today was sung by Monroe Central student Abby McGuire.
All week long, all I heard, and I watched a lot of Marion local video, and all I heard from the opposing video was how, well, Marion local will probably win the state title. And it is just nice to prove them wrong.
And right now they are going through, and again, with not being able to do live video, we can't show it to you, and we wish we could. They're awarding the runner-up medals to Marion Local. And Spectrum News is interviewing Corbin Farnsworth right in front of us.
Had a great game.
Especially the first half.
Yes. Hey, Casey Tolsda on the floor, athletic director Logan Vinegar, Casey, of course, the principal.
Yeah. Also, Superintendent Phil Ackerman, who's a former member of the OHSAA Board of Control. They're going to take great pride in handing out these medals to the Seminole players here in a few moments, and that's the championship trophy. And I did not hear the attendance given. Is it on the stat sheet there? Yes, 7,285 were in
I don't know what capacity is here, but it was pretty full.
Yeah, but it seats about 12,000, but I believe that is the largest crowd. Early game yesterday was about 7,100. But, 7,285 in attendance for this game. And they saw a dandy. And if you're a Monroe Central fan, which we are, unbelievable.
Doesn't get any better than this. Really does not get any better than this. Well, Coach Lang talking right now with MOA, who's also down here, WMOA, who's also down here. Great game plan by the coach. You have to give him a lot of credit for this run. Again, defensively, and I'm noting here Austin Niekamp, who's averaging right around 19 points a game, hit for 11. They did a great job on him, and you have to give a lot of credit to Corbin Farnsworth defensively.
And 7 of those came in the second quarter.
Yes.
On that, and Corbin Farnsworth battled. And I mentioned this earlier, Corbin Farnsworth's uncle, Adam Doherty, drove 9 hours from Kansas City, Kansas, in order to see this game.
Yes, and that is pretty special right there. And of course, you said his uncle played.
Yes, back, I can't tell you the year right now because I'm old and I forget things. But a lot of other players too. They're now interviewing Tucker Howe out there, and it'd be interesting to see some of these interviews.
Well, we're going to get a chance to go into the media room and hear some of that, and maybe get a little bit of vocal for ourselves. But wow, this was. They're going to award the medals for the Flyers now.
And that's just, outstanding.
I like this. Coach Lang, of course, over here, but the Seminole players over on the bench right now, waiting to be awarded their medals, but they're showing respect for the Flyer players, sitting, and this is special.
not to take away from the year. I mean, Marion Local, I mean, that's just their third loss of the year. A great sports tradition for the Midwest Athletic Conference out there. They compete for state championships, boys and girls, in all sports every year.
One of the top leagues in the state. They do an outstanding job.
And Marion Local is, 15 state championships in football. They've won 64 games in a row in football. But hey, we wasn't playing football today.
They won a state championship in 2018 in basketball as well. We talked about that a little bit earlier. But this one belongs to Monroe Central. So this one belongs to Monroe Central. And we got the coach.
We'll try to make this quick and stuff because I know you got something else you need to do.
You need to get over there, Coach, but this was an outstanding game. Hey, your comments on your basketball team's performance today, they were outstanding.
Yeah, I thought our players played amazing. Like I was talking over there, we started, sometimes you need maybe not your best players to step up early, and our sophomores really stepped up early in the game, and then our seniors closed it out for us. Jacob Fogel hit a big three there in the fourth quarter. Chance Allen went to the line and knocked all the shots down. Closed it out strong.
Isn't it nice to make some foul shots?
Yeah, I assume we were just saving them for this game. Maybe it just took this arena to get us focused, but we knocked them down. It was nice.
Great. Hey, outstanding defense, and again, I think you get the award for the best defense in the tournament because Marion Local can play. You guys outplayed them defensively.
Yeah. They're a really good team. They're really well coached. They got us on a few plays out of timeouts, but I think really Corbin Farnsworth really stepped up. He took their best player kind of out of the game completely, and I'm really proud of him.
Anybody you want to thank, Coach? Because these 5 minutes are yours right here. I want to get you back over there.
Yeah, I'd like to thank my wife because she allows me to, come do this, and I'm away from the house all the time, and she's. She has to stay home and take care of the two kids. We got 2 kids under 3. She has to stay home and take care of. My daughter Emery too. She's a little older, and I'm not home. I'm not able to go to all her ball games. But I thank those two for their support.
Coach, that is it. You need to get over there and get your medal. Congratulations.
Thank you, guys.
Well earned.
Thanks to Coach Lang for taking a couple minutes with us as they give the medals out. Because they get his medal. But say Principal Casey Tolsta, Athletic Director Logan Benninger, and Superintendent Phil Ackerman, taking great pride in this. They tell me that the Spectrum 1 TV coverage was very slanted toward Marion Local.
And there we got a number of texts saying that they appreciated our coverage.
And I appreciate being here to do it.
Yeah, this was a ride, and I was talking to Casey Tolsta before the game, and I said, it takes you a while, but you figure it out. The kids take us where we're going to go, and we just hop on for the ride. Congratulations to Coach Lang and this basketball team. We're here because of what they've done.
Well, and as Coach Lang just mentioned to us there, his sophomores, Corbin Farnsworth and Cooper Howe, really stepped up and did some great things today. I'm not sure if we look at the scoring. Tucker Howe only scored, I'll give my sheet here, but Tucker only scored 5 points in this game.
Yes.
Whoever would have thought that Tucker Howe was 5 points and you would be state champions?
Well, and Chance Allen had 10, but hey, let's note here, 6 of those came from the free throw line.
Yeah, 6 of 6 at the free throw line. So Cooper Howe 10 points, Chance Allen 10 points, Corbin Farnsworth 12 points. Tucker Howe did add 9 rebounds to the mix, but whatever it is, it all adds up to 43-35. Monroe Central state champions.
Well, the celebration is going to go on in Woodsfield through the evening, I feel. This is a proud moment for this school district.
And also, today was the first opportunity that I've had, or yesterday when I came here to Dayton, to see all the signs between Woodsfield and Louisville, supporting Monroe Central. It's just outstanding. The support, we talk about Monroe Central. It's more than just Woodsfield. It's Graysville and Louisville and Marr and all the places in Monroe County, and along with all the other people that's jumped on board for this tournament run.
We've had quite a few of them, and with that, I think that we should probably, one more time, thank our sponsors who mean so much to us, because without them, we wouldn't be here.
True Value, Woodsfield True Value, Surgent Construction, Bomber Tire and Collision, Designs by Dixie, DD Lawn and Tree Service, Woodsfield Savings Bank, Sue Snowd State Farm, Misty Durkis with Howard Hanna Real Estate, Country Clippings, WB Green Insurance.
West Banco of Woodsfield, JG Cosmetique, Modern Home and Hardware, Caldwell Ready Mix, Bear Track Speedway, Allen Hunter State Farm, Center Drive-Thru, Ohio Hills Health Center, Bucky Disposal, Jones Excavating, and Village Hardware and Rental.
Also, Friday Insurance Center, Louisville Carryout, Citizens National Bank of Woodsfield, Smithburger Realty, Seabuck Excavating, Stony RV Sales and Service, Patrons Buckeye Mutual Insurance, Ohio Valley Community Federal Credit Union, Jones Feed, and Guardian Excavating. And the roar you're hearing is the announcement of giving the trophy for state championship to Monroe Central seniors, being presented by the commissioner of the Ohio High School Athletic Association, Doug Ute. Some people remember Doug Ute's first teaching job was at Shenandoah High School. And the Seminole seniors are now accepting that trophy. Craig Robinson, Monroe County Beacon, getting pictures. Kim North getting pictures from the Times Leader. Greg Metzger was here from News 9. I'm sure tonight he'll have extended highlights of the game, and that may be the one and only story on the news, sports news tonight.
Well, this basketball team deserves it. They've fought all year. They've played outstanding basketball all year, and I'll tell you what, if there was a tougher way to go through this tournament, I don't know. I know, of course, Marion local, played a tough schedule. It was a tough road to get here, but boy, I felt like after that Highland win, they just kept coming, and Monroe Central just kept knocking them down.
Well, just to look at a couple stats here for the game, Monroe Central shoots 45%, 14 of 31. They make 5 of 16 threes, and yes, they made 10 of 18 free throws. Marion local, 14 of 38 from the floor, just 3 of 17 shooting threes, and Marion local just 4 of 11 from the free throw line. Turnovers, Seminoles have 11, Marion local has 15. But all these numbers mean nothing. It's the score on the board. Monroe Central wins the game, and now they're going to be cutting down the net.
43-35, state championship for Monroe Central. Boy. And Chance Allen, tripping going up the ladder just a little bit. All right, we're all right. Now we're going to get up.
Well, one last thing. I mentioned this in one of our other broadcasts. Earlier this year, Tucker Howell broke the Skyview Woodsfield combined scoring record that was held by Mitch Hannes.
Yes.
Mitch Hannes is now the baseball coach at the University of South Florida. He sent a social media congratulations to Tucker Howell. It's made the rounds through Facebook and everything. And in that announcement, Mitch Hannes said, 40 years ago, me and my teammates left some hardware in Columbus. Says, go get it. They did.
They found it, and they're going to bring it home.
Yeah, it wasn't Columbus. It was Dayton, but it says the same thing.
Doesn't make any difference. And throw back to the old Skyview Golden Hawks. I remember watching that game, and Jackson Center beat them. And Jackson Center, I think, plays in the same league as...
yes, they do.
Yes, as Marion local.
And just one more time, let's read those Skyview names off.
Yes, do it.
Mitch Hannes, Donnie Barton-Slaw, Brian Lazier, Vince Hogue, Bill Winland, Todd Hilverding, Scott Christie, Aaron Kilburn, Mike Hannes, Virgil Hamilton, Frank Anno, Kevin Robertson, Coach Mark Huffman, assistants Joe Christich and Dale Eddy, athletic director Art Hare, principal Larry Reich. This group of Monroe Central Seminoles did pick up that hardware from 40 years ago.
Cutting down his piece of the net, Tucker Howell now, Caden Silva going up. And everybody's going to get an opportunity. You have to love this for these seniors, this basketball team. They are so deserving. And now going up, that's A.J. Rutter. A.J., he's a great football player. I saw him play basketball this year. He plays basketball a little bit like football, but boy, nobody any tougher than A.J. Rutter.
Let's mention one other thing here with this extended tournament run with the Seminoles. The focus has been on the 8 kids that play most of the time and the seniors on the team. But that's been an extended 3 weeks of practice for the sophomores and the freshmen that will be part of the Monroe Central team and help them to get better for next year.
Corbin Farnsworth, and Corbin might get the MVP today.
His first half was just outstanding.
Yeah, well,
especially
he did, and also I mean, he was probably the defensive MVP with the job that he did on the big man, Austin Niekamp, for the Flyers. He battled him all night long. Didn't win every battle, but he made it tough for him. A lot of credit going out to Coach Lang as well. Some of the matchups and some of the creative things that he did. When I came into this game, I talked with a number of people. We all kind of felt like we were going to see Chance Allen match up on Niekamp. Coach Lang wasn't thinking that. He outcoached me again. He basically put Chance on the point guard, number 32, Braden Mesher, and it worked wonders because Flyers had problems bringing the ball up court all game long.
Well, Marion Local had a lot of long possessions, and it looked like, as it got down to crunch time, there were only 2 players that were looking to shoot the ball for Marion Local, and the Seminoles were able to take those players away and at least force difficult shots. Yeah, they made a couple, but they missed a bunch. And then the foul shooting at the end, Monroe Central went through a stretch there where they made 5 out of 6. 10 of 18 for the game is not great, but that's better than what they have the last 2 or 3 games. Just 11 turnovers is better than they have the last few games. And I've said this before, all the numbers add up, only one that's important.
Well, Chance Allen's free throws and that cut to the basket that he made were huge. Another real key point in the third quarter was Jacob Fogle, and this is where the Seminoles are a little different than the Flyers. Jacob Fogle turning loose that three-pointer and hitting it. That was huge.
Yes, Jacob, off the bench, Jacob Fogle played just 8 minutes tonight, but that 1 of 2 at the line, but that three-pointer at that point was a big shot. And defensively, Fogle also picked up an assist on offense, but being forced to play on defense when Cooper Howell was sitting with fouls, the three-pointer was huge, and just great play there. The Seminoles didn't use their bench a lot tonight. Tyler Whitaker played just a minute. Dylan Pardon played just 2 minutes and 58 seconds. But there's the guys. Chance Allen played all 32 minutes, and just everybody that played today did a little something.
Yes, and it's been that way all year. Early in the year, Seminoles were going 10 deep, and it's pretty traditional. They shortened the bench in the tournament run, but as you said before, I like that. These players all contributed in one way or another. In practice, they contributed. Right now, they're out there interviewing Cooper Howell.
Yeah, News 9, Greg Metzger here, he's interviewing Cooper. He'll have several interviews. If it's not on tonight, they have a sports show at 11:30ish on Sunday night, and it'll be an extended highlights. Wheeling Central playing today for the West Virginia Championship, so maybe they'll be able to share the time also. But that's just part of the difficult schedule that Monroe Central presented themselves this year by playing Wheeling Central a couple times. They played Wheelersburg and Warren and Marietta and Parkersburg, and it paid off. And they lost 3 games during the year.
Well,
but they played like 10 games this year on neutral courts, which is what we have here. Did that help? I don't know. But they stepped up, and now Mason Lang's going to go up and take down the last rung of the net. And there can be a greater feeling in the world than taking the net down after you've just won a state championship.
Wow. That one's going back to Monroe Central High School. Hey, coach going to get to keep the scissors, too.
I was going to say, he was looking to see who to give the scissors to, but hey, they don't need them. Well, I guess they do need them a couple more times tonight with 2 more championship games to be played. But, it's been a crazy couple of weeks at Woodsfield at the high school, I'm sure, Monroe Central High School. Maybe things will settle back down next week, but, this group needs to enjoy this. They came here yesterday morning, left early. They took in the first game yesterday afternoon, and then went to practice and had dinner last night and came back today, and they are state champions, and they're going to get a few more pictures taken. These kids are going over and thank the fans.
Oh, they're back there with the students now.
They don't ever want to leave. Can you blame them?
No, you can't. And I'll tell you something right now. 20 years from now, these guys will probably be having reunions. They'll be talking about this moment, the one that they brought home the first basketball state championship for the Monroe Central Seminoles.
And hopefully they'll remember the 2 guys that called it. And well, that's 3. Let's give Brett some credit too.
Yeah, well, I partner, I appreciate you coming along for the ride. You've been a part of Woodsfield and Monroe Central program for so long.
And Brett, you couldn't let Bryce get one up on you for running the controls.
The Panthers might have won in Division 4, but we had to get our own in Division 6. I know we flip-flop, who's been taking care of these games recently, but to be a part of this, 2 state championships in the East District with Monroe Central and Maysville over this past weekend. I don't think you could have asked for a better script coming from, the world of basketball.
Well, and I thank you, Brett, for the opportunity that you've given me through football and basketball season to call these games.
Hey, Brett,
I really enjoyed it.
We set a record this year. It was 73.
This is broadcast number 72 for AVC Sports for basketball alone, and there's nowhere to go from here because it's the end of the season, but what a way to end it.
All right, I think that's going to do it, Jeff. We need to go get some player interviews and talk with some of the Seminoles, but I think we've fulfilled our obligations. I'm not going to mention it, but want to thank our sponsors one more time. They're the reason that we're here. Want to thank the Seminoles basketball team, Coach Lang, and all the players, because they're the real reason that we're here. It's always about the kids, and want to thank Bryce Haynes. Want to thank Brett Klein. Want to thank you, Jeff Stevens. You have something else?
Well, I just want to say, if we're going to read off these sponsors one more time, for people out there listening, and that some of these people have sponsored the Seminoles during this tournament run of the regionals and the state tournament, stop in and say thank you. Take them some business. I've seen a couple of people this week and said thank you, and we appreciate it so much.
Thanks for your support. Woodsfield True Value, Surgeon Construction, Bomber Tire and Collision, Designs by Dixie, DD Lawn and Tree Service, Woodsfield Savings Bank, Sue Snode State Farm, Misty Durkis with Howard Hanna Real Estate, Country Clippings, WB Green Insurance.
West Banco of Woodsfield, JG Cosmetique, Modern Home and Hardware, Caldwell Ready Mix, Bear Track Speedway, Allen Hunter State Farm, Center Drive-Thru, Ohio Hills Health Center, Bucky Disposal, Jones Excavating, and Village Hardware and Rental.
Friday Insurance Center, Louisville Carryout, Citizens National Bank Woodsfield, Smithburger Realty, Seabaugh Excavating, Stoney's RV Sales and Service, Patrons Buckeye Mutual Insurance, Ohio Valley Community Federal Credit Union, Jones Feed, and the Guardian Excavating. And that concludes our list of sponsors. I want to thank again Brett Klein, Bryce Haynes, who produced a lot of videos for us over the year, Jeff Stevens. I'm Bill Cassler. Your final score one more time. Enjoy this, Woodsfield. Seminoles are state champions. It is Monroe Central 43, Marion Local 35. Have a great rest of your night.